Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hi. I was reaching out to just ask Mark a couple of questions.
This is Mark.
Oh wait, this is Mark. Okay, wait. Hi,
How
sorry.
you doing?
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. What about yourself?
I'm doing fine. Thank you so much for asking. Okay, so I'm kind of new to your channel. I definitely appreciate what you're doing because let me give you a little bit of background about me. I've been in business trucking and logistics for about 6 years now. I started when I was 27, and I'm from South Florida. So I initially came from like I don't want to say that. Let me say the moving industry.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, that's like the first set of game for trucking that I learned.
Mm.
And I'm not saying that it's not profitable. I've seen it be very profitable for me. I've been through the highs, I've been through the lows, I've made it through the pandemic. I've had 6 trucks. I'm all the way down to two now. I have done so much in that time. And basically, I'm finally at a point where I need to it's not that I didn't take it seriously before, but now this is like do or die for me. I need to make sure I stabilize whatever I have going on officially. I used to work with my family members. That became very messy. I had to get away from them. I had some issues with hiring, and I just feel like right now I'm at a point where I need to scale. And I typed in final mile, and you popped up, and I saw you were on live, and I just wanted to know, basically, is that where you started with everything trucking wise? And like, what kind of advice can you give me? Because I need a scale, and I'm looking to get into final mile because I'm tired of OTR. I'm tired of the mess, and I need to scale before I grow again, basically.
You said you need to scale before you grow again?
Yes.
What does that mean?
Like, I need to put the equipment that I currently have
Uh-huh.
to work, and I need it to be consistent so that I can grow.
What's your definition of scale?
Well, scaling is growing, but I need to
Right.
scale what I currently have.
So how can you, I'm trying, because you said you need to scale before you grow again. So that's why I'm like, that's the same thing.
Well, I'm guessing I'm meaning, sorry, I'm meaning when I think of growth, I think of like, I had like a large office. I had like 12 employees. I've had like 6 trucks at once. I like that's
It was during the pandemic.
in my head. No, no. I've done this. I've been doing moving since 2018. The pandemic hit, um, and I've been doing this since.
So
Not just
when
the
you say
pandemic.
moving, you're talking about household goods moving?
Yes.
And was this something that you inherited?
No. I started from scratch, zero, and then I basically told my family about. Well, I started from scratch because I was working at a moving company. I got really close with the owner and his wife, and they basically had me, under their wing, and I ended up learning the entire system. And eventually they just couldn't pay me well enough, so I went and started my own company.
So you said you're in Florida.
My business is in Florida, yeah.
So you you started this company, you built it throughout the pandemic, right? So and then what happened?
Um, well, so because I didn't come from this industry or like no family members, nobody else but me in my in my vicinity knew how to do this. So
Mm.
I used my family members to support me, and I like kind of tried to hire them because they're the people who I trusted,
Mm.
and it just tanked because, like, they're just not taking it seriously. They don't really know exactly what they're doing other than what I advised them to do. It was just really hard. So,
Well, how long have you been watching the channel before we go any further?
I saw your videos before, but like not very long. I'm not going to say a lot of hours.
Do you want to? Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a very direct person,
Mhm.
and I'm probably going to say some things to you, and you're probably not going to like them. And I'm an equal opportunities. Like I don't like discriminate because you're a woman. So as long as you can handle what I'm about to say, we can proceed.
Yes.
You want to go further?
Yes.
Business didn't go anywhere because to run something like this, in order for it to work, you have had to been out there. And this may sound sexist, but it's not. In moving, even in final mile, there's a lot of variables, right? And if you've never been out there to really understand in the field, it's going to be hard to build that. The reason why I think you got by those years is because just the timing played a big part. Because people are still moving. The pandemic,
Right.
as far as the market correction that the general freight industry saw, that didn't affect the moving industry, so to speak.
Right.
So there should be nothing but upside. I think the systems, you didn't have the system because you just, you just weren't out.
Yeah. I kind of, I figure,
And then,
yeah. Go ahead.
and then the employee aspect, the male testosterone driven is, you probably had a lot of problems with employees as far as from a respect level, I would assume. They probably undermined you. They probably people just were probably doing things on their own, probably just going outside the scope of work that you probably wanted them to do. Did you see any of that?
I would say more incompetence.
Incompetence due to a lack of training.
I think due to, it could be, I mean,
Let me ask you this.
not lack of.
Who trained them?
Mm-hmm.
Who trained these guys?
So remember I said I came from an original moving company.
Mm-hmm.
So I did have people who came with me who like were lead foremen, and those are the people I would point to train the rest. The thing was, the reason why I left that moving company is because they weren't really tip top. So I kind of worked from.
Stop right there. You just answered it.
Yep, I know.
So and I talk about this all the time. Just because somebody comes from a moving company doesn't mean they're good. So
Right.
you brought sucky people over to a startup, and they brought their sucky behavior and their sucky skills over to your company.
For sure.
So as an owner, it's your job to create your SOP. It's just like if you work at Walmart, that's a big box retailer. If you go and apply at Target, your resume is going to look good, right? Because you're coming from another big box retailer, right? So you understand volume, you understand seasonality, you understand big box retail. So although you are, your resume is impressive and we're interested, we're going to give you the job. But just because you came from Walmart and you understand systems, we still have to train you to our scope. We don't want you to bring the bad habits of Walmart over to Target. We do things the Target way.
Yeah, for sure.
So they were never trained.
They were never trained for my standard, yeah.
And here's the thing. Have you ever moved? Have you ever physically been out there and moved?
Yeah, I went on some jobs.
Josh,
Would I
listen to me. Have you ever moved? Have you ever had a consecutive long days? Have you ever lived
No,
on a sofa
never.
4 flights of stairs?
Never.
Have you ever lived in a
Never.
safe?
Never.
Have you ever blown your shoulder out?
Of course not.
All right. I have. So training, right, is something that when people came, I trained them to my scope of work based off my experience and the things that I learned during the process of going through the learning curve building.
Okay.
And this is how you build a company and it can sustain and grow and last over a decade. That's why the company failed, man.
Well, I think I'm aware of where the shortcomings came from. I get what you're saying, though, that I feel like you're absolutely correct about that. What I ended up doing was partnering with a foreman who was an owner-operator who did the job to my liking, and he became my trainer. He would just train our driver foreman from then on out. So I completely went through that, and you're absolutely correct. But what I'm saying now is I like OTR and stuff. Like, it's easy for me. I have a lot of connections. You're absolutely right about needing to have been out there because, like, I've had to build my face from scratch, honestly. But, now I'm at a point where I'm just a tad bit known for what I do in my area. And kind of just trying to settle things before I continue to grow my moving company again, like to where I know it can be. So that's why I was asking about the final mile stuff. Like,
I mean, final mile is it's like an easier version of moving. So I mean, even with that, you have to have systems in place and training. Final mile can bankrupt you because of the claims. So it's just like moving. You go into a person's house, you scratch your floor, they're coming after you. You damage their goods, they want compensation for it. Except with moving, if you're not a reputable person, you'll skate on them. With final mile, your settlements are being held. So if you damage something, that's on you. I just talked about it earlier. I got a person in my Discord, his first month, 22,000 gross, 18,000 of it was claims. So pretty much every job that they did, there was some type of claim because of lack of training. It's a lot of liability. You're going into people's homes and you're dealing with brand new appliances, high-end appliances in some cases. Mm-hmm. So there's still training there. And I'm just being honest with you. I've talked to women in the past that have come up and they've been in the same situation as you. And the answer that won't nobody else tell them because they're too scared to tell them or they just don't know to tell them, I'm the person that's transparent and going to tell you. You have to train people in order for the business to be successful. And if it's not something that you haven't done, how can you train them? The only way I see, and don't take this the wrong way, I'm being straightforward with you. The only way I can see a woman being successful in moving a final mile that hasn't done the work physically, they have to partner with someone that has, that they trust. So women that I see successful in the moving business are women who have come from a family-owned moving company. So they grew up in the business, right? So although they may have never dealt in the field with the physicality of the lifting and things of that nature, because they grew up in the business and dad and granddad was in the business and brother, they know the ins and the outs. And there's family members that are still entrenched in the business from the field perspective that do the training and things of that nature, while the female that inherited the business handles the scope of work on the back end, right? Mm-hmm. As far as like the route you're going, you have to partner with somebody. You got to
Right.
partner with somebody that has done the field thing, that understands the field thing, to know how to train, to create
Yeah.
these SOPs, right? To reduce claims and can strike that fear of God in these guys. Because another thing is the level of respect. A lot of guys ain't gonna respect you if they know you ain't did the work. They can sell you anything and you ain't got no choice because they know you can't come out there and do it. There's a woman, I swear to God, people that are in here tried to do this summer. I told her, I said, and when I tell people this, women this, they take it as negative, or I'm being a negative Nancy, or this, then the third, because I know we're in this culture of, we can do it too and things of that nature. But I said, you know what's going to happen? I said, you got to be prepared for it. I said, there's going to come a time where somebody is going to take advantage of the fact that you can't do it, and they're going to leave you hanging, or they're going to lean on you. And it came the following week. And you know where it came from? It was her brother. He said, I want $50 an hour. You know why? Because he knew she had no alternative but to pay him, because she couldn't come out here and do the work. See, me, you try to lean on me, I'm going to tell you, take your ass home. And I'm going to go out there and do it. These guys know that a woman can't do it. And they'll take advantage. Every single woman I've ever come to consult with me for Final Mile and Moving has been in the same situation. With these dudes that do this type of work, you got to put the fear of God in these guys. You have to rule with an iron fist. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of labor. These days be frustrating. They be hot some days. Some of these jobs have obstacles. There's a lot of testosterone. These guys are getting to each other. So you have to rule this with an iron fist. So in this situation, you can do what you want. I'm just keeping it a buck with you. I'm being straightforward. I'm being honest. It'll probably be in your best interest to partner with somebody that you trust. And they would have to handle all the training and the field shit, and like kind of be like an owner / operations manager, where they're just dealing with the hands-on shit.
Well, yeah, that's what my current situation is.
You know him though.
Huh?
You don't know him.
Wait, don't know who?
The guy, you said you met him from the previous thing.
No.
The guy.
No.
Okay.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
The guy that came from the other company, right?
No. I said when I first started. You mean, wait, I don't know if you heard me correctly. Or,
so you have
sorry, go ahead.
Currently?
I do.
That's the mover guy.
And that's who. Yes. But not from the previous company that I used to work at.
Okay.
He's not the same person. That was when I first started, and that's how I used to do training. I don't know if you heard me, but I said I ended up partnering with someone whose work is up to my standard. I like how he closes, and we ended up partnering. But I think I'm just like at that point where I want to do something else.
What?
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, you said but then you didn't say it.
Yeah, I said I think I'm at the point where, like, not saying that it doesn't work, but I would like to see, OTR is just a lot. I feel like I'm a little burnt out from it. And
So you're doing OTR now?
Yes, I am.
And you want to go back to Final Mile, or you want to go to?
I've never done. Yes,
so,
I want to transition.
So you done moving?
Mm-hmm.
You done OTR, and now you want to go to Final Mile?
Yes. OTR is not it. Money-wise, OTR is not it. Moving is awesome, but it's only truly profitable if you have your own moves, and it's only worth the headache if you have your. Sorry.
You said it's only profitable if you have what?
Your own moves, like like it's an in-house thing. Your guys are booking your moves. All the money's coming into you. That's the only time it's really profitable.
So who's booking your moves?
Like, My moves right now came from my sales team, but I have to put money into paying for leads and then
Why,
like that whole funnel
why do you have a
situation.
sales team?
Huh?
Why do you have a sales team?
To book my moves.
Why?
Well, how else am I going to get moves?
You just proved my point. There it is.
What?
There it is. What do you mean? How else you gonna get moves? I've never had a sales team. What do I need that for?
Have you've owned a moving company before? It's just a question. I told you I'm new to your channel.
I know, and I told you this is how I operate my channel.
Okay,
I,
okay. I'm
I,
just
I still
asking.
got to entertain the people. You the entertainment
Okay.
right now.
Okay.
So you come to the channel. What you think I like? You just so you've done no research on me, and you just click the link, and you. Here's the thing. I'm not, but this is a good point that I'm finna make. Like, without doing
Okay.
research on me, how do you know that any information that I'm giving you or about to give you is credible?
Well, I was looking at your final mile information specifically. I didn't, and it sounded pretty correct because I went right on Indeed and everything was there. I applied to several companies and I got some callbacks. I just don't know the ins and outs. I don't know what I have to pay someone. I don't know if I need an AM Best rated insurance company or if I could do risk management. That's what I'm calling for today. But like I'm also listening to your knowledge.
I've never had a sales team. Why would I do
Yeah.
that?
Because like you have like 3 to 9 people who can book the job if you like,
How many
like
people?
yeah, 3 to 9 people, commission based.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah. Nah. Who's gonna sell better than me?
But you can only. Well, what are you doing with your time? If you're running your company, how can you sell at the same time?
That's what running your company is.
Yeah.
What do you mean? If you're running your company, how can you sell at the same time? That's part of running your company. See, the problem with a lot of you new entrepreneurs, and I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, y'all young people,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
y'all sold this whole dream of this big elaborate thing where a startup you got to have 9 people doing sales, and I heard you mention an office and all this bullshit. That's bullshit. That's extra shit. That's unnecessary,
Okay.
and this is why y'all end up where y'all be at. Like all that shit that y'all sold by your Cardones and your Ty Lopez's and all these fucking guys, they sell you this idea and it's bullshit. My company, my moving company, I started very small, under the table, just like any other moving company, with me, a fucking alcoholic, and a goddamn pickup truck.
Okay.
And I
Yeah.
worked my ass from there. I never had a sales team. I had an iPad too back then.
Mhm.
I did my own sales. Who's going to sell better than me?
Well, what year was it?
Listen. It don't matter what year it was.
I'm just asking for
Hold on.
research.
Who's going to sell better than me? I'm
Well,
hungry. Listen.
there's people who. Go
Listen.
ahead. I
No.
am.
And can't nobody do for my company better than me when I ain't got shit.
That's true. Okay, but can I say something?
Sure.
Okay, so we know sales is an industry, right? There's people who dedicate their lives to sales. I'm somebody who, on the phone, like I've always been like customer service based. Like I started out with customer service, right? So I'm like a problem solver. Well, that's where I started. And that's how I transitioned into being a business owner. Like, I'm just good at solving people's problems. There are people who get on the phone and they're hungry. They are ready to
For moving though.
get the
Like I'm not trying to
huh?
sell, hold on. I'm not trying to sell this multi-million-dollar piece of medical equipment to the University of Chicago. Those are what those people. I'm trying to sell something to a person that needs it anyway. Yo, I
Right,
need to move
right.
from point A to point B August 1st. Now, I know that this person has probably called 2 or 3 other companies, so it's my job to close the deal. Like,
Right.
I just need to close the deal. I'm not trying to sell war weapons to the U.S. government. I'm not going
Well, that's
putting on a presentation. I'm not trying to sell a national final mile delivery to Home Depot and cover it on a national scale. And I got to fly out to Atlanta to the Home Depot headquarters and go in a conference room with all the execs and put on a presentation on the wall on a slideshow and tell them how, if they go with us XPO, we're going to handle the final mile for them, and we're going to do it at the fraction of the cost, and then we'll deal with all the independent like, no, listen, this is what we're going to do, this is how we're going to do it, this is the time, I need to lock it in right now. That's not, it doesn't, it requires some skill, but it's not something that requires like schooling and things of that nature for it. I've never paid a sales team.
No, you're absolutely correct. And I know it might sound fancy and elaborate, but it's not. It's really that simple, just like you said. But that's what they do. While I'm still, I'm my dispatcher. I'm customer service. I'm still wearing like the other hat. I just don't do sales. That's the only part of the company that I don't deal with.
But see, here's the thing, and I'm going to keep it a buck with you. You know why you probably couldn't do sales successfully?
Why?
Because you've never been out there. See, I can talk to a customer on the phone and I know what to tell them because I've been out there. I understand what a job entails because I've been out there. You can call me with a minimal scope of work for a 1-bedroom. And I know because I've been out there, there's more to it because I've been out there. Customers never give you the full detail, so I know what questions to ask. It's 9 times out of 10 because I've been out there. I've been in that building before, so I know the layout of the building. I know the scope of the building, so I know how to sell them on that. I know the distance from point A to point B. I know the route that we have to take because we're in a truck. I know the doorman there. I know where the dock door is. I know the distance between the dock door to the freight elevator. I know to ask them certain questions. So then now I know how to properly estimate the time window and quote them. I'm selling them on the fact that I'm knowledgeable.
Okay, I do want to say.
Hear the experience. Hold on. I'm giving you game. I'm telling you where you got it twisted at.
But I've done sales before. I never said I've never done it successfully. I just said
did what?
that
You never did what?
I didn't say I never booked my own job.
But see, here's the thing.
I just told
you jumping all over the. So when you telling me you jumping, first thing that's popping in my mind, why she jumping? Why you running? Here's the thing. If you listen, if anything you're gonna make it in, as long as you got people, it's moving. General freight, middle mile, I get why you would want to transition to that. It's too volatile. You see what I'm saying? But if you came in the gate moving, there's no mother freaking way in the world I'm going to go from moving to general freight.
It wasn't my idea. It was my brother's
your company, though. You said it was your company.
Yeah, but I told you I was working with my brother at first, and we had like a couple other trucks.
Who was the majority owner?
Definitely me.
All right, then. So it was your fault.
It was my fault. I allowed it. Yes.
So we listen over here. We gonna keep it a buck with you. We not sugarcoat nothing because you got a soft voice. This is trucking.
Yeah. Okay.
It was your fault.
Mm-hmm.
How am a minority partner going to dictate to me anything?
You're right. That's right. That's absolutely correct.
Brother or not. Over here, we don't, none of that shit. I don't give a goddamn. It could be my mother.
You're right. Especially, I brought you into the game. I told you what I know. You know everything that you know because I told it to you. So yeah, I get it. Get what you're saying.
So if you, and I'm kicking it a buck with you, if you struggled in moving, like Final Mile is kind of similar to it. It's just you're doing more stops. You're dealing with more people crossing the threshold a day than a larger house move or 2 or 3 small apartment moves. You're just doing a bunch of stops with appliances or with furniture. The risk is the same, right? Because you're dealing with goods. The liability is the same as far as crossing the threshold because you're going into the person's home.
Well, Mark, if I can say, it's not that I struggled with moves. That's not what I was saying. I was saying I'm not like I need to think smaller. You're right, but I just feel like it's not profitable if I'm not doing it to the scale that I was doing it before. But I need to change my mindset.
Here's the thing: the reason why it's not profitable, and you said you had 6 trucks.
Yeah, I did.
And you want me to be honest with you?
Mm-hmm.
Take it. You can handle it? Because you didn't know what you were doing.
Well, that's why I had 6 trucks, because I didn't know what I was doing. No.
You had 6 trucks because you scaled prematurely.
For 100%. That is what happened.
You're talking to Big Mark. This is the biggest. You on the biggest. See, we can listen to a few things and we can just tell you your whole story because we know it. We've been there. We done it successfully. You dig what I'm saying?
You're right.
You're talking to the biggest. This ain't like that. See, I talk that shit because I can back it. I dare a motherfucker call up here and say something. I talk that shit. Yeah, because you didn't know what you was doing.
You're right.
I'm right.
No, but hold on, wait.
Right, even when I'm wrong.
Let me say this.
You didn't know.
No. You're
doing.
right.
I know.
But let me say this.
Say what you want to say.
I wasn't the one who wanted to scale prematurely. I told you I was dealing with my brother.
Like, listen. See, that goes back to what I said earlier. That's that soft shit. That's soft. That's that woman soft shit. You let a dude who was a minority partner talk you into something, and because you are a woman, you just said okay. No. So you can't say it wasn't your fault when you the majority partner. You the majority owner. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. He was not.
So
he was not on the.
You cannot not say it's your fault because ultimately the final decision is up to you.
You're right. I needed to draw those lines, and that's why I don't work with my family anymore.
So, you one truck moving is 100%. You don't pay for nothing. You a markup on the labor, a markup on the goddamn truck, a markup on the materials. Where are you spending any money?
Fuel insurance.
You charging a truck fee for every customer.
That is true.
Like, what do you mean fuel insurance?
Okay, so basically what you're trying to tell me is going to I'm thinking Final Mile would be like the same thing, except I would keep my trucks local, which would save me on fuel and insurance. What, am I wrong?
I mean, yeah, but it sounds like if you couldn't master moving, I just don't think you're gonna master Final Mile.
Well, I didn't say I was bad at moving. I'm not bad at moving. To be real, right? I made money. I'm telling you, it was completely external, like me just like being chill, being family oriented, me not wanting to like, be so. It was completely that, which I'm over it. Obviously, I've severed ties with my brother.
From Florida, and you ain't no goon.
I'm not I'm a goon on the inside. That's how I got all this started. Yes, I am.
You ain't no
be a goon.
In here, you too.
I can't be if I need
You ain't no goon. Man, we gotta play some plies. Where my thing? Hold on. We gotta play some plies. Hold on, cause we gotta set the mood, man. Cause you tweaking.
Go ahead.
You tweaking. You tweaking. We gotta set the mood.
Oh my goodness. Well, let me say this too. Every time that I do get into yeah, no, I don't like offending people. I'm not going to lie. I don't,
Yo,
because it's easy for me to
people.
offend
Oh, you
people.
in the wrong
Yeah.
business. Get
Well,
out.
I've done
Get
it.
out.
I've done
I'm
it.
done. You don't like offending me. I done cuss. We done went upside people's heads. What are you talking about? This is what.
I've went outside people's
Listen.
heads
What
before.
what ethnicity are you? Before I go in further, because I need to know what words I can say and not say. What ethnicity are you?
I'm black. I'm
You black?
Haitian.
You black? You
I'm
what?
Haitian.
You Haitian?
I'm Haitian.
Listen, you
Mhm.
went upside niggas' heads. I didn't cuss niggas out. What are you talking about? This is moving and like you dealing with the undesirables. You're dealing with the people that society doesn't want to give a second chance to.
That is true.
So, and this is why I'm listening to you, and I'm like, I've been cool, and I've said some things, and I've been teetering on the line because I don't really want to, you know what I'm saying? But like,
I
I'm
have thick
being
skin.
honest with
I
you.
have thick
In
skin.
this
Yeah.
industry, trucking in general, but more important, more like you dealing with them guys. So you have to
Yeah,
carry
felons.
yourself, and they looking for any weakness. And by you being a woman, that means you already got multiple strikes against you. You fool. It's just they looking for the right opportunity. So that little soft spot right there, and they praying on that shit. What are you
But every
talking
time I do, every time I get like real, like this is when I have a guy walk off the job. This is when I have to, I got to put the
What
business
happened after he
first.
walked off the job?
I guess somebody else.
And then
But,
what?
huh?
And then what?
And
Did you
then
pay
life
him?
goes on.
Did you pay him?
Huh?
You paid him?
No.
You didn't pay
Of course
him.
not. No. But I'm not supposed to say that on this. Am I allowed to say that on live? No. You walk off my job. I'm not a Fortune 500. Any
You're not a
infraction that
Fortune 500, but you got a 9-person sales team and an office.
I had.
Okay, but here's the thing. You just said I'm not a Fortune 500, but you're trying to carry yourself as a company that is not a Fortune 500, but you're putting the cart before the horse. And I don't know if it's for the look or whatever the case may be, but none of that shit is necessary.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm good at moving. I'm not gonna lie. I'm good at what I do.
No, you're not good at moving.
I'm not?
No, you never moved. You ain't moved nobody.
Okay, sorry. I'm good at running a company. Okay?
No.
I've never moved. I've never driven a truck.
Let's go back.
Okay.
Let's
Let's go back.
because we have to be honest with ourselves. We got to be
honest
with ourselves.
Yes.
All right. Not quite. Now you can be, but the way it's going to happen for you is you're going to have to find somebody that you trust, that's a good partner, that can handle. Because even based on what you told me on the back end, I think that's crazy. The sales team and shit, like no. But
It's commission based though.
From a field perspective, you need a killer. You need somebody out there that's a killer, right? That understands the scope of work as it pertains to the field, that can train, and that people will look up to and follow that direction. And then you would have to, hone down on the back end stuff, right? Which you still need help with that.
I mean, well, that's essentially what I was doing with my brother. That's what I've done. I've always done that. I don't make myself like the face. I always stay behind.
It's not about the face. It's. I know what happened. Like for you to go from that to General Freight. That's what? Are you crazy?
I told you it was not my idea.
Well, whoever told you that shit was. Damn, you said it was your brother. I was gonna call him stupid, so I ain't gonna call him.
He is that type.
Well, I don't know your brother. That nigga was stupid. I don't know that nigga.
Yeah, completely.
You deal with him. It's like at the end of the day, that shit is foolish. Who goes from? You go from customer paying for everything to the most volatile thing in the industry.
Right.
What? It makes absolutely no sense. The reason why more people don't do movies is because they just don't want to do the work. There's a lot of lazy motherfuckers out here. So I get that. Well, I'm too old. I can't do that. You know what? I'm in the market. It's not enough volume, not enough density. I can't do it. Finding people, it's not something that I want to deal with the turnover. All right, I'm lazy. I don't want to live. Yeah, but in most cases, a person with I've had local moves that pay more in a day. What these guys is going across the country, driving across the country in a week.
For sure. For sure. Like Florida to Georgia, freight is like $600.
Okay,
it's ridiculous.
I can show you invoices of local moves for $3,000 and $4,000 with 4 hours of work.
I know these things. I've done these things.
You know this. All right. So why would you go from that to volatility?
Well, like I said, I didn't know any other way to obtain moves other than being connected to a brokerage or hiring a sales team. And if I hire a sales team, I need to have leads. If I'm getting leads, I need fresh leads. I need new leads every day. I need money.
Okay. Well,
so I use the money coming every day from the factoring company with freight to buy leads. Kind of like that. I made it like a funneling system.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Oh my God, bro.
Okay, fine. I get it. Get out of business.
I didn't tell you get out of business. I didn't tell you business. I just think you in over your head, though.
Okay.
Me Too movement, they going to totally disagree with me. They going to say, girl, you can do it. You can do it, girl. They going to tell you that. They going to listen to him, girl. You can do it. We can do anything a man can do. No, you can't.
Wait, what? I didn't say that. That's why I never drove a truck. If I wanted to, I would drive a truck.
So I'm telling you, you can do it, but this is what it's going to take.
Mm-hmm.
I got enough case studies of women that I've talked to that want to go into this field. General freight is different. You can drive a truck. You can back into a dock. But there's some dog shit over here. And every woman I've talked to in my 3.5 years of doing content, they meet the same fate. They face the same challenges. I mean, if you want to go do final mile, go do it. But I'm telling you, the situations are going to be cyclical to or similar, I should say, to the moving. I think you need to. What would you use to get a refrigerator up 3 flights of stairs?
What would I use?
Yeah.
My guys would use, they have this strap thing they put on their back, and it's 2 guys, and they just lift it up, and they walk up the stairs with it.
They got a what that they put on? You said a what?
2 people put straps on, right? It's like a vest thing, and it kind of has a belt.
Like a vest thing? What is it called?
I don't know.
Exactly. How many years you said?
6.
Okay, exactly. So in 6 years, you don't know what it's called?
Nope.
Exactly.
I'm definitely not capable of lifting an armoire. I would never.
That's the thing. That. You can't say you're capable of being an owner if you don't know what a shoulder strap is called.
Why can't I do that? I've already been an owner before, and I don't know what a shoulder strap is called.
You know the ins and outs. How are you going to be? You can't. This is why you failed. You
Okay.
supposed to know,
Well,
listen
I'm
to me.
learning.
Listen to me. Listen to me. You're supposed to know the ins and the outs. Period.
Yes. Yes. Okay. I
So
understand that.
6 years and you don't even know the names of equipment. That's alarming to me. I'm building. There's an audience, so I'm painting the picture for the audience on why. I'm really good at this, so pay attention. I'm building the picture for the audience, so they just don't think I'm up here just picking on you, which they don't. And you're asking me about final mile delivery. And that's probably going to be not you, your crews doing appliances, especially most used or weapon of choice. And you don't even know the name of it.
Yet.
And I would
I do.
no. Here's the thing. It'd be different if you were coming up here from just ignorance of no experience. You said 6 years of moving. That's unacceptable.
I agree. I mean, I'm not saying I'm somebody who learns daily. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I know everything. And I did tell you that I am OTR now, so we're not. It's more like
I don't
college act right now. So
I don't care about OTR.
I understand. I understand that, sir. I'm
Like
just
you
saying
want
that.
to get out of OTR. So
Yes,
we ain't talking about OTR. You jump from moving to OTR. Now you want to go to final mile. You looking for it. You chasing it. You chasing it. Ain't that what y'all, y'all chasing it. You chasing it.
No, I'm going back to moves no matter what, because moves is the most profitable I've ever been.
Here's the thing.
Yes.
If you're going to go back to moving, just go back to moving.
Yeah, but I told you that I need to stabilize what I'm doing now so I can invest in moving properly. I can't do jobs and I'm not making, like, it kind of feels like when you're moving from your truck OTR from Florida to Georgia and you're looking at this $600 rate con, it just makes you feel stupid. It's like, what am I doing?
You went from moving to general freight. I wouldn't have never did that shit.
I told you why.
Ain't nobody never finna tell me no crazy shit like that for my business. That's what I'm saying. You ain't standing on it.
I'm saying to fund the leads.
I hear
That's
what
what I
you're
mean.
saying, ma'am.
Yes.
But you're not really consuming what I'm saying.
I am. I'm hearing you, though.
You impressionable. You got motherfuckers telling you dumb shit. Two, you ain't standing on the shit with what you trying to do. You ain't knowledgeable on the shit. You got by. You was lucky you got by. I'm gonna keep it a buck. You probably decent looking. You probably got by on your looks or some shit like that, and you probably had a little chop. You probably got a nigga who got some money. He funding the shit for you, some shit. At a loss.
That's incorrect.
Okay.
That's incorrect.
All right, it was incorrect then.
Yes. Yeah, no, not the decent looking part. The man who invested in me, for sure. It was my family. I told you I had some money. I started, I got a truck and I needed some more funds. I told my brother to give me some money, and that's how we got into partnership. It was like that.
So your brother just cool with just you losing all the money.
If it was me losing the money, then he would have been mad. It was because he gave me half of the money to get everything up and running.
What's your brother?
I also,
What he do for a living?
He's an insurance adjuster.
Commercial?
It was during the. No, it was residential during he usually goes out during disasters. He'll fly out to disasters and.
He's an adjuster.
Yeah, he's an insurance adjuster. And then he was doing Turo and car rentals. He was doing a couple of things. Auctions. So So that's why I valued his opinion, because he gave me money toward my dreams.
So just because he gave you money, you valued his opinion. He was wrong.
Well, because we're siblings,
So
and because he gave me money, and because I just,
that's goofy.
that was it. You're right.
Goofy.
All right, it's goofy.
Goofy.
Okay, it was.
Yeah.
It was. You're right.
He's an insurance guy. He ain't one of these killers.
He's not.
Yeah,
And he was wrong.
The suit guy. He puts a suit and a little tie on. He goes out and does what State Farm did to me 2 months ago. They denied me to pay out of pocket. I'm not. Is he State Farm? Do he work for State Farm?
No, he doesn't work for State Farm.
I might, I was going to ask you. Okay. Yeah. You got a lot of learning to do, young lady. You in over your head. You in over your head. Don't mean you can't. You're gonna need a partner to do this. Like you in over your head. You're gonna need somebody that really knows this shit. That have to be a man that can understand it from the field, and it's just a little bit more, down to earth as far as just the understanding the business from the front end.
My father, I come from a business family. My father, and my brother, like my oldest brother.
What business? 45. What industry?
My dad did import and export for seafood between here and South America since I was like a child. Like I grew up in his office basically. My oldest brother, and then him and my brother went into like franchising with 7-Eleven. And then my older brother, he does taxes. He owns like those kiosks in the mall and stuff.
So even still, none of that really,
it's not relevant to what I'm doing.
Right, it's not relevant to what you're doing, but the understanding of, like 6 years, I would know the ins and outs of the business down to the equipment. See, in order for you to make money, hold on, listen to me. The guys that are out doing the work in the field, it's what they're doing that's bringing money in. And if you don't know that, how can you?
I didn't say I never knew that. I've ordered this before. I've had to look at the description, the name before. I've ordered these things before. I just didn't know it off the top of my head right now.
You supposed to 6 years. It's like,
you're right.
Inexcusable.
Okay, I understand.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, I understand.
Why trucking? Why move?
You mean why? Like, did I get into it?
Yeah.
Like, literally, this unfolded for me. Like, it was something that literally landed on my lap. It unfolded for me. It was very easy for me, and I loved it. I loved dispatching guys. It's easy for me to tell people what to do and delegate. What was not easy for me was, I tell you, dealing with it was all, my end of things for real. The guys on the road, it wasn't really that.
I'm not
the customers. I was
the middle, the over the road. I'm talking about the shit. Like, there's no way you should have failed at that. Well, there is a way but like,
yeah. If I let people who are not experienced give me, value their opinion.
So, and then the middle mile thing is not working for you for whatever reason. You
mean like what I'm doing now?
Right. Middle mile is pretty much cut and dry. It's just volatile.
Yeah, and it's not enough money.
Well, what's enough money? Because you told me if it's not 6 moving trucks, then it ain't enough money. Like,
no, that's not true. My first year ever in this, I've seen one truck make $1.2 million in 1 year. That's not that. I don't care about like volume and being seen and all that extra stuff. All that stuff came in when I brought my sibling in. That whole like looking and the whole outer appearance. I'm more about structure, and I'm more about like making the money work for me. I don't care if it's just like right now I have some trucks sitting and I have one truck on the road right now just going up and down just so that I can keep my bills paid and, start back up what I was doing before. So I'm not really too big on.
You're not working?
I work too. Yeah, I work. I'm a social worker.
You're a social worker?
Yeah. Yeah. And I bartend on the side. I work.
Oh, you a star? You a star tender?
I do.
You a star tender or bartender?
I am a bartender.
Okay.
And I if I'm you know what I'm saying? Like if I'm not making money off my truck, I at least have something to fund what my next run. I'm not against playing the positions I need to play to make sure that everything goes successfully. I know where I went wrong, and it was just having too much of a soft heart on my family, which I know I shouldn't have went into business with my family, but like I said, my brother gave me money. If he didn't give me that money, he would have never been but okay, I understand now.
Popped in on the screen.
Huh?
Read that. Read.
You said what?
Read the screen. You watching the show while you on the phone or
yes,
no?
I am.
You see what I just put on the screen?
What you just put on the screen?
Do you see the comment that the person, I just put it on the screen.
He said, what I'm looking in the comments, it says one truck making 1.2 million. I don't believe it.
No, under
1.2 million on one moving truck. Yes, sir. What do you?
The one Pippi wrote right under that.
The one Pippi wrote, caller, listen to Mark the Mentor. I'm a female, been in logistics for a little bit. You need that masculine energy leading your business. Pippi, I completely agree, but I really thought, right? I didn't want somebody to put my money. Me and my brother, we trust each other. It was really.
You didn't want nobody to play with your money.
Yeah, I don't want to just put anybody in position with me. So me and my brother, we've always been good with money. That's why I appointed him. But I need someone who is experienced as well in my industry.
All right. Because I'm going to be honest with you, ma'am. And we can,
yes,
based off the few exercises that we've done for me to test your knowledge, final mile is going to be the same result.
Okay.
And if you can disagree with me, and then you can be like a lot of these other case studies, you'll be calling back up in 5-6 months and you'll be coming to me and be like, damn, Mark, he was right. If you just based off what the conversation we've had, it's going to yield the same results. You chasing it right now. Because you ain't over your head. You've jumped out, you jumped in the water, and you got these trucks, and you just trying to figure it out. And really what you need to do is take 10 steps back. And if you want to continue to do this, you need to start with scratch with one truck and figure out what you want to do and go from there. The moving thing, the final mount thing, you're going to need you a killer. You're going to need you one. The middle mount thing, shit, damn near might need you one just to deal with some of these guys, but it's less liability on the back end, on the front end, I should say, because they just doing dock to dock. There's no touching multiple things day in and day out, and they're not going into threshold. They're not crossing thresholds.
Okay.
So, you definitely going to need a partner because you know absolutely nothing and you don't have the experience to be able to train and create SOPs and knowing a motherfucker bullshitting you or not. I could tell you anything. If I came and work for you right now, I could tell you anything. You wouldn't even know.
I would know once you get out there.
No, you wouldn't. I'm too slick. I'm too cold. I'm a city slick. I'm from the crib. And I know the industry. See, and I'm speaking if I came in as a worker, let's say I've been working from moving company to moving company for 10 years. I know how to, once I find out that you green, I got you. It's a wrap. Ain't nothing you gonna do. You ain't even gonna know. And by the time you find out, it's gonna be too late.
But so I'm not saying that you're wrong, but I didn't survive all these years for no reason.
You got by.
You know what I'm saying?
You got by.
6 years is getting by?
You got by. Yeah. You know why? Because
How?
the pandemic hit, and your brother was infusing you, and he wasn't really aware. You had an infusion of capital, somebody just infusing you with money. You didn't grind for it. You didn't get out there and build it. You had an infusion of another.
No, I told you that. I told you he met me. He matched me. I
Here-
said he matched me. I brought my own truck first.
Right,
By myself. I got my first
you
office.
got by.
I,
You got by. You got. If the pandemic wouldn't have hit, you probably would have. It probably would have. You know, it probably would have happened sooner.
Okay. Well, but you're saying the pandemic did, like it did wonders for us?
Yes.
Or are you saying it
Yes.
got worse?
Yes, it did wonders for people. It did wonders for ignorant people. Absolutely.
Well, it's 4 years later.
And you're
3 years later.
You're not doing it no more. You're in middle mouth, fed up with that, trying to figure that out, losing at that. I'm not sitting up here. I'm not telling you any lies. I'm telling you the truth. It just doesn't sound good for you. And everybody that's watching can tell you that the pandemic did wonders for the most ignorant people.
Okay. Most of the pandemic hustlers are gone.
Because ignorance didn't exist, because the most ignorant person was successful because people were just spending money frivolously without a care in the world. So if you had some asset, some truck, you were going to make money. You didn't have to know your costs. You didn't know how to run a business. You didn't have to know how to do none of these things. When the market corrected itself and people were tight like they are on money, they're going to pay attention a little bit more to detail.
Right. Yeah, but I didn't start my business in the pandemic.
You to run a tighter ship. When the money is just flowing and everybody's happy and happy-go-lucky and all this shit that motherfuckers was doing during that time period, yeah. Motherfuckers was tweaking.
Okay, I understand. I'm listening to you, by the way. I do.
You don't understand. You don't understand because you just said, so during that time period, whatever I say, absolutely. Everybody was tweaking during that time period. They didn't know no better.
Well, no, all I did was ask you, do you mean like it did better for people or worse?
During the pandemic, it was better for ignorant people. It was better for everybody, but the people who knew what it was took advantage of the situation and prepared for what was about to come. The ignorant people thought that shit was going to last forever. And then the ignorant people who were novice that didn't understand, they just thought this is the way things were, and they were getting by because they thought they were getting by based on the work that they were doing and their knowledge and shit, and they hit that rude awakening when the market started to correct itself. When the market corrected itself, it exposed all the inefficiencies and all the ignorant people.
Okay.
There's some people that are skating by on the hair of their chinny chin chin, and you're one of them. Why? Because you have multiple streams of income. You said you're pretty, so you probably can hit your boo bay here and there for a few little ducats. You saying you don't, but listen, if you saying you one of them, then you getting some money up out of nigga. You dig what I'm saying? So it's easy for you versus the person who, you know, maybe doesn't have the resources that you have. They don't have the brother. They don't have the social work. They not bartending that night. They not a pretty woman. She can bow the eye at a boyfriend and say, look, man, I'm trying to get this ding. And he sends you a nickel here. He sends you a G-ball there.
Mm-hmm.
Come on now. Talking to one of them guys. You talking to one of them city guys. I know the game. You could probably go bartend one night. You dig what I'm saying? Where you at? In Miami?
I'm in California.
I thought you said you was in Florida.
I'm from Florida. I moved to California 3 years ago.
You from LA? You live in LA? What part of California?
No, I live in the Bay.
You live in the Bay. Okay, there's some players in the Bay. There's some players in the Bay. There's some money down there too. So depending on where you at, you probably make you a good night on bottle service.
Right, and
why you get quiet?
I don't.
Why you get quiet?
No, I'm reading your chat. Did I get a PPP loan? No. 1,200 move average. Yeah, that's the minimum move. 3 moves a day. You're absolutely correct. Moving company hustle. Yes. But why am I buying leads? To keep fresh moves coming in, new moves coming in. That's
real. Listen. We professionals over here. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Easy to us. Even the people in the chat that's in moving. It's
But she's still spending money on leads. Yo, brokerages
out.
spend $100,000 in leads per month. Of course, I'm spending money on leads.
All right, man.
I don't want to just stay a moving company, but I get what you're saying. What I was trying to say, like from the beginning of the conversation, is I'm downsizing. I'm starting from square zero again.
How many trucks you got?
Only have,
How many trucks you got?
3. Sorry, 4. 3 on the.
You paying
that
insurance
are
on all these
operable
trucks
at the
that are
moment.
just sitting?
Yeah, I only have
All right,
one
you probably
operating.
you probably need to. You can do what you want to do. I probably sell them. I mean, if you still want to try, I would probably start with one. When did you buy those trucks?
The first in like 2 years ago.
Are they
3 years
paid
ago?
for?
Yeah, they're all paid cash.
Paid cash.
I'm not going to sell the trucks for sure. They already have
Well,
already.
here's the thing.
I'm gonna work them. I'm gonna figure out how to work them. That was
and
the point.
then
But that's what I'm doing now. I got one truck that's moving right now. I have 2 that are operable, 1 that is sitting. I'm not going to do anything with it. And those are the trucks that I wanted to place somewhere to do some final mile to get some money.
why do you think Final Mile is going to get you quicker money than moving?
The top 7 final mile contracts making millionaires in 2026.
You tweaking. Why do you think Final Mile is going to get you money faster than moving?
I'm just looking. I've never done final mile.
Okay.
I'm just looking at my options. I know there's a bunch of different things I can do with my trucks.
Okay, so why Final Mile? You did moving, you did general freight. Now you want to go Final Mile. Why?
Because I want to downsize on fuel and insurance.
So 9 times out of 10, whatever contract you get is still going to require interstate.
Okay.
All right.
That was a question I had for you.
So
thank you.
Insurance is, I mean, the fuel is depending on what a contract you get and the radius. I mean, obviously it'll be cheaper than,
right.
middle mile, but it's, yeah. I just, to me, it's weird, but, to each his own.
Well, no. So I'm reading the comments and I see that they're saying word of mouth and stuff like that. Okay, but I've come from a specific market where what we did was buy leads, and that was it.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy work, as they would say. That's diabolical.
I get it though. I'm just reading your comments. What's your profitability on 1.2 million? On 1.2, I would say that the take home was to be honest, $300K. It was a lot of put out. It was not like
that's you with one truck doing primarily what?
Moves only.
No, what type of moves?
Household goods. Oh, you mean long distance?
Which size truck was this?
Huh? This is a 26-footer.
Okay, so primarily local moves, right?
No. Long distance, primarily.
So primarily long distance. All right. And where is this company stationed out of?
Florida.
What would you quote from Florida to California? 3-bedroom.
3-bedroom, Florida to California. My starting quote is going to be 6.
6 what?
K.
I don't believe you. That right there, game over.
What does that mean?
You listen to me. You on the biggest now. This is the biggest stage in the trucking. This is the biggest stage.
Yes.
Now you're telling me you made $1.2 million with one truck.
Mm-hmm.
And if I called you for a quote to move from Florida to California, it's going to be minimum $6,000.
Yeah, for 3 bedrooms, yeah, just about.
All right.
You're not filling up my whole truck with 3 bedrooms.
Moves locally in Chicago for $6,000 that went a mile.
Yeah,
For
but
me to go from,
I don't know if we.
I got invoices from Chicago to California for $25,000.
Yes.
So
I think you're.
no, stop.
Sorry, go ahead.
You mean to tell me, even without looking, even without quoting fuel, even without fucking quoting labor, nothing, Florida to California.
My starting is
stop.
going to be $6K.
Stop.
Okay.
The number shouldn't even be 4 digits. The number, the blind number should be 5 figures.
So just for a regular quote, though, this is before on-site.
Way more than $6,000 to do the job.
Yeah, but this is before inventory. This is before anything. This is starting.
It's going to cost you more.
I understand what you're saying. You asked me for a base level. I'm talking about minimum quote from Florida to California. That's
okay. So explain to me how you can do a base level move from Florida to California, base level for $6,000. Walk me through it.
The way I understood your question was,
you said base level, so give me the base level walkthrough.
I'm saying that's my minimum. That's where I'm starting.
Tell me how we can start at base. It's like a base card. Roll down windows, just fucking base level, no sunroof. So explain to me a base level 3-bedroom. Because I gave you the scenario. Florida to California 3-bedroom. You said base level 6. Explain to me on the base level at 6 what that looks like.
That's just mileage at $2 a cube. I mean, $2 a mile. I meant that's it. I do cubic feet on my truck, so that means like whatever inventory I put, this is where the price goes up from there. Whatever you tell me you're going to move is what boosts the price, and then my fuel is going to be 15% of whatever the entire quote comes out to be. And then it depends on if you need stairs, if you have bulky items, this is where I build my quote. But from Florida to California, I'm starting at 6 on the phone with a customer because I'm not running them off of the phone. My sales team, they're going to start with 6 there. And then they're going to build the quote from there, and they're going to work with them. And then when we get on site.
Yeah, it sucks.
Sorry, go ahead.
That sucks.
Okay, cool. But remember, we also have to do on-site with them.
Ma'am, a blind is not going to be 6. It's like building a blind playing cards. You bid blind.
Yeah.
I gave you a specific scenario because I'm just trying to see, because I already know why, but I'm just painting a picture right now. It's a reason why I gave it California or Florida to California.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just wanted to see that you were going to be somewhere in the ballpark or you're going to be way off. You're way off.
So let me ask you this. Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
All right. When you're quoting on the phone with a customer, is it the same or do you do a walkthrough in person and present a revise once you get on site?
Listen to me. And this is how I know I'm proving a point to you. I get what you're saying.
Okay.
But the reason why I gave you the scenario that I gave you is to see where you were going to put it at, right? Anybody that's in here knows one end of the country to the other end of the country, household goods moving. One end of the country to the other end of the country. How many days is that?
3, 4.
Okay. How much fuel is that?
15.
15 what?
100. That's what I allot. I always allot 1,500 for fuel from one end to the next.
A 26-foot truck going from one end of the country that's loaded with a 3-bedroom, $1,500.
Yeah.
Ma'am.
15K. What?
$1,500
for fuel? Yeah, just about 15, 2K, maybe 2K. Okay.
You trolling me. I'm convinced.
Okay.
You trolling me?
Okay, fine.
Are you trolling?
No, but sorry for wasting your time if that's how you feel.
No, because this is why you need a partner. How much is labor for that? You getting upset. I told you. You call. I gave you the disclaimer.
I'm not upset.
What's the labor? I'm not looking for it. You're not going to give me an exact answer, but I knew that if you didn't know, you were going to be way off or you're going to be on close to it. How would you structure that?
How would I structure my move?
You're telling me you made $1.2 million with one truck.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then I give you a scenario of a cross-country move, and you said it would start at $6,000. Ain't no motherfucking way. Cross-country.
All right,
listen.
Mm-hmm.
This is what we do over here. We
get it. Okay.
We ain't. Listen. I don't. This is what we do. We kick it. So you don't get in your feelings.
It's not that I'm in my feelings. It's that I don't, you might have like your way of doing things. I'm not knocking it. I'm not saying that
it's not a way. Listen to me. It's not a way.
Okay.
But if we talking numbers, the numbers got to add up. So
I understand. I understand.
Hear me out. Listen to me. If you're doing 1.2 million,
mm-hmm.
one of the most exorbitant moves is going to be across country.
Yes.
So if you're doing 1.2 in one truck and your base is 6, but I'm asking you to justify it. And your justification is not even adding up.
But you're not letting me finish.
Go ahead. Finish. I'm mute.
If I'm doing my move and it's going cross country, my truck is not the one that's delivering the move. So I'm not taking that. I'm paying someone else to drop off, and I'm factoring that in. I'm not factoring in I'm not paying for the fuel. I'm not paying for. I'm going to get a carrier to drop it off.
I'm asking you, ma'am.
Someone who's already.
If I call for a quote for Florida to California, give me a ballpark figure estimate of what something like that would look like. I didn't ask you because now where you going, you jumping into another pool where I don't think you want to go because that's not even making sense. I'm asking you for a ballpark. Okay. Listen to me. You got to understand. Okay. I'm a tenured person in this industry. So you can't if it don't make sense. So I'm asking you, what does something like that look like?
I answered your question already.
Okay, so give me a quote.
You said what was the base quote? If you called me,
give me a quote, an average quote, based on the information I gave you. Florida to California, 3-bedroom, 26 foot.
If you call my company and you say that, we're going to average you around 6-7K.
Whoa.
Base.
So that's you must have did a gazillion moves. If you charging that low for a cross country move and the truck still can make $1.2 million?
I did a lot of moves for sure.
Because that truck that's a week turnaround. That's a 4-day job. Listen, that's a 4-day travel there, a day, and then 4 days travel and back.
Well, no, we're okay. Yes, go ahead. Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So when you're doing work, if you're sending your truck somewhere, do you not plan work for them to come back? Like you don't plan work on the other end when they're empty?
I gave you, see, you trying to dance. I gave you a scenario. I didn't give you a return trip scenario. I gave you one direction scenario. I said a quote from Florida to California. I didn't talk about round trip. We talking about one customer. One customer from point A to point B. And to answer your question, if I don't have nothing on the return, the customer's paying the return. You know how many trucks I've sent and didn't have a return? I charged it to the customer.
Okay.
So,
well, I don't do stuff. I don't do that. I have work planned on the other end.
Hold on. So this is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out the justification of 1.2 in one truck with minimal.
Uh-huh.
And you saying, man, well, you do. The customer pays for everything. Listen, it's not my fault you got to move cross country. We can move you cross country. It's not my fault. You hiring us, this is the cost. My truck got to still get back. I'm not paying for What are you talking about? That cost is included in there.
Well, yeah, I understand that. What I was trying to say is I understand everybody has their own way to do their things. That's fine. I hear you loud and clear. You don't have to believe me. I'm not here to convince you.
Not about believing or disbelieving and things of that nature. It's just, it's not adding up. Here's the thing. If I was not tenured and seasoned and just didn't know this shit, I would just be listening. And I wouldn't be saying, but because I am, it has to make sense. First of all, 1.2 million, hold on. 1.2 million, even in moving with one truck, is an incredible feat. So I was expecting you to say something like you was moving government missiles or some shit like that. See, I set shit up to see what you're gonna say. I play chess. So now since you've said household. Okay, cool. Okay, because I'm gonna give a person the benefit of the doubt. They tell me they got 1.2 million one truck. All right, well, shit, I don't want to jump out the window first, because then motherfucker might turn around and say, man, what you mean? We got a government contract. We moving missiles in this bitch. Damn, I done jumped out there too soon. All right, boom. That wasn't the case. You said household. I bet. Give me a quote from Florida to California. On the basic, I give you a scenario. Give me a round bar. You tell me 6. I moved a motherfucker from Hyde Park to 71st and Crandon for $6,000.
No, you asked me what's a quote I would give a customer who calls my company. You have to hear. You said what's a quote that I would give a customer who calls my company and asks for that. That's the ballpark we're going to give the customer who calls in.
Right. So we're in business to make money. But you had also said, you had also told moving company or somebody in the chat, or maybe you said it out loud and they said it, but I remember hearing it, that your truck, when you were talking, you said I had a truck that did 1.2 million in a year. Now, when you're thinking I didn't expound on it. I just let it go. But when we start,
but you're thinking when you're hearing 6K as a quote, you're taking it literal, like, oh, 6K from Florida to California. You also are neglecting the fact that I said this is a base quote prior to any Q&A, prior to any revise, prior to any type of inventory, prior to any details.
So give me the quote. I gave you Florida to California, 3-bedroom, 26-foot truck.
And I told you what I would give a customer who called in.
All right, cool.
So
fine. That's your number. All right, fine.
That's it. Hello?
I'm here.
Oh, well, yeah, I don't know if you, I was just saying, I don't know if you, I don't know how you do business, but, like I said, there's different ways to do.
Listen, anybody doing business, the basic info, what do we know about going cross country? It's costly. All right, so what does it require? Okay, fuel, time, right?
Yes.
Labor.
Yes.
That's over $10,000 by itself.
But I didn't say that we're not going to make that on the move.
Ma'am,
That's definitely.
I gave you a scenario and I asked you, okay, so fuck it. Fuck all of that shit.
Yes,
Give me
sir.
a quote.
Yes,
Give me a
sir.
quote. Give me a quote. You still ain't getting
No,
the quote.
no. I'm fine, sir. I heard you. I'm gonna let you have the. It's okay.
Right.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You
What
got
you
it.
apologize
Yes,
for?
it's okay.
You upset. We still kick.
I'm not upset.
It's
I'm
still
literally
learning. You still
smiling.
learning. But here's the thing.
And I don't have a problem with learning. I really think that we're learning for every single day that we're alive. I didn't call you because I'm an expert and
It's not about an expert, but you got to understand, in order for things to keep going, I'm not saying that you capping, but
you did say that a million times.
Because
you said it's not. You said it's not possible and it doesn't make sense. Number one, but I was trying to tell you.
Hold on. 1.2 million in a truck, depending on what you're moving, it's possible.
Yes.
That's why I didn't jump the gun. That's why I asked you specific questions. So then when we went to household,
I'm not quoting numbers from. I'm not just quoting numbers because I'm bored. Like I'm telling you, I get it. You wanna pick me apart.
This is how you learn. This is what we do. We've been doing it for 3.5 years.
Yes, and I don't have a problem listening to you, but I'm not angry. That's all I'm saying. I'm here to learn. That's why I called you. I don't have a.
See, that's that woman stuff. It's that woman stuff.
What is the woman stuff?
That right there that you're doing.
What, that I'm explaining myself?
No. You ain't explaining. You getting a little,
No, I'm telling you. I'm having a conversation with you, and I'm saying, like, I don't have a problem with you asking me questions. I don't have a problem with sounding dumb to your chat. I don't have a problem with sounding dumb to you. I don't have a problem with sounding like I don't know what I'm talking about. All I said is, I told you what you asked me, what's a base level quote that I would give a customer. I told you what it is, and you're saying it would not suffice from Florida to California. Well, that's obvious. Yes, 6,000. It's not going to stay there. It's not. But I digress. I'm not trying to prove a point.
You still haven't given me a quote. I've asked you to give me a quote. You still ain't gave it to me.
I did. That's why your chat is saying 6,000, and that's why you're expounding on 6,000. I said
no.
That.
I said okay. Well, you said that's not the answer. You said okay. I said all right. Well, give me the quote. You still ain't giving me the quote.
What I said was,
somebody right here, I can call this person out. See, this is how good I am. Somebody said 25,000 sounds too high. They don't know what they're talking about. But
25,000 is not too high.
It's not too high.
But for a 3-bedroom, for a 3-bedroom,
I'm halfway there. I can justify it because I've done it. But see, I can justify
for a 3-bedroom. You've done 25,000.
Absolutely, and I can justify charging that much. I can sit down here and tell you why it's going to cost that much.
Okay, I can justify about $15,000 on a 26-footer. Okay, you can do 25,000
from Florida. Hold on, from Florida to California.
Yeah, I can justify $15,000 on that.
I'm listening. I got time. Let's kick it.
Okay, you asked me for a full pack move. You need me to pack. You need my supplies. I'm going to give you, I said a full truck, so I'm talking
full
about
service.
a 4 or 5 bedroom.
I don't want to do nothing. Full service.
Yeah, full service. So we're talking a full truck, so I'm saying 4 or 5 bedrooms with appliances.
I didn't tell you 4 or 5 bedrooms. I gave you the scope. I said 3-bedroom, 26-footer. I didn't tell you 4 or 5. I specifically said 3-bedroom, 26-footer, Florida to California.
Okay. All right. I'm also
a middle American. You can't charge what we charge coming out. You probably coming out of Alabama. You ain't in the big dog place. You don't. It's crazy to me why people think like nobody pays this type of money for cross country moving, bro. Like that shit it's because they never made this type of money before, bro. Like what are you talking about? Well, you know how much money it cost and cost to go that way? What are you talking about? I don't understand some of this shit that you and some of these people. It's like this when you tell these numbers, it's like, oh my God, there's no way. There's way. It's way. What are you talking about? And I'm not going to break it down because I want to hear her. And then I'll break it down.
I didn't say that it's not justifiable.
No, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to somebody in the chat.
Oh, okay. I understand how much money it is to make. That's what I started this whole thing saying, and that's the reason why.
For me.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
6 years, justify it for me. It's just cut and dry.
I'm not.
No, come on, baby.
I'm okay. I'm already fried and
flamed. 15.
No. I'm sorry. You got it. I'm good.
See,
I'm good.
So I knew I was going to get you. I knew I was going to get you. You upset?
I'm not upset.
Then justify 15 for me, ma'am.
No, I'm not upset, but I also don't want to sit back and I get it. I'm here for advice.
I'm finna mute and then I'm finna kick the game to you, but I want to hear what you're gonna say.
Yes, I hear you.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is,
I'm hands up.
All
right, cool.
Came for
cool.
Okay, sorry.
What you apologizing for?
Well, because I was saying something and you were saying something. So
listen, you ain't gotta apologize. I just wanted the quote. You still ain't gave me the quote.
Yeah, all I'm saying is
be able to go off the top. You know what it entails to do a move. You should know it. At 6 years, you know what a move entails. You know the cost, what it costs to do a move. So first thing to determine the quote is how much it's going to cost. What does it cost? Hey man, look.
So what I was gonna say was, I understand everything you're saying, and I hear you loud and clear. I have a lot to learn.
It's not about learning. We asked you based on your experience of 6 years. What would the quote be?
Okay. Yes. Okay.
If you were up and operational for 6 years, that means you have 6 years experience of quoting people, right?
Yes.
Majority of your moves were long distance. Then you understand the cost that go into quoting a long distance move.
Yes.
If your truck make $1.2 million in a year, that means you quoting some shit.
Yes.
Then.
Yeah. Okay. I also told you I don't quote my own moves. First, I told you I hire.
All right. So now you want. Okay.
I'm sorry.
We can go that route.
But Mark, I'm going to just say this. Hold on.
No. We kicking it. We
are kicking it, but I do want to say this.
Go ahead, man.
Whenever I'm talking, I don't have a problem listening to you, but you're really not letting me finish what I'm saying. And I get it. It's a good conversation.
Because I feel like you're dancing, ma'am.
But I'm not trying to. I'm just trying to finish my thought. And you. Okay. I'm just. Yes. John Miles, overstimulated because I'm just trying to talk, and then on top of that, right? On top of me just trying to speak, you're also telling me oh, that's that woman stuff, and you're kind of you're talking at me, and I literally called just to
not talking at you.
Okay, I'm sorry. You see what I'm trying to just talk to you, and you're kind of talking.
That's all.
But you're just okay.
All right, I'm zip.
It's okay. I'm listening. I'm here to learn. I'm not here to prove no points. Okay, you guys who think I'm lying, it's whatever. I'm not. That's why initially I just said okay, because I don't want to make it. And then you told me I'm upset a bunch of times, and I'm literally still.
You worrying about the wrong stuff. See, you worrying about the wrong stuff.
It's not that I'm worried. I'm trying to have a regular conversation, and you kind of just not letting me. The way that I'm letting you communicate how you want it, your style of communication. I'm fully accepting it. But you're not fully
act like this too. We trucking.
Okay.
This is. So
I see.
That's why they was over there doing. You ain't no goon.
Okay.
Goon. You ain't no goon.
Okay.
All right, so I'm still waiting on the quote.
I told you that I'm just not. I'm okay.
It's cool.
Yeah. I'm here to learn. I'm not here to teach you, and I'm
You're not
also
teaching me.
if you okay.
I wanted to know the quote.
Okay.
See, I can justify a quote.
Okay.
Let me tell you why. Bedroom, Chicago to California. Right? I'm gonna handle it one of a few ways. Right? Let's do it a basic way. 26 footer. I'm gonna spend a couple $1,000s in fuel. I send 2 guys. Round trip. It's a couple $1,000s in labor. What else do I have to pay for on the road?
Hotel.
Fuel, we got labor out the way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just talking about road. I ain't talking about the cost for the loading at point A, point B. I'm just talking road. What else I got to pay for over the road?
Just a hotel.
What else?
That's about it.
How many hotels?
2 or 3.
Okay. What else I got to pay for?
That's about it. You got fuel. Your guys. I don't know if you take care of your guys. You give them per diem or not.
Per diem.
I don't.
Why do I have to pay per diem?
Because the guys have to survive on the road.
No. Why do I legally have to pay for per diem? Fuck they survival legally.
I don't know. Tell me legally whether you have to pay.
The moment they leave their home market, you have to pay per diem. They're operating outside their home market.
Okay. Okay.
And I'm halfway there already.
Okay.
And I'm over $6,000. I'm halfway to California from where you are in Florida, and I'm over $6,000.
In fuel and hotel and labor?
Listen. The travel there. Now, let's think about it. What has to happen before the travel?
You have to have the truck loaded.
Let's see something. Let me see something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to get a rough estimate of where fuel is at right now. Diesel. Diesel.
Why can't I write in this chat? I don't know how to write in this chat.
You just type in the box?
No, I don't know. I'm on my computer. I can't write in this chat. Live chat. Messages appear from people who have subscribed to this channel for 5 minutes or longer. Oh, but the subscribe. You're not a sub? Damn, Mark, Hunts, and Orcs. Yeah. Thanks, call the sales team. She's listening to Marcus earlier about us in the chat. I'm listening, Chucky Valentine. Sorry, sir.
All right, so with my labor.
I hope I'm not giving you a headache, huh?
No, cause like you tweaking.
Okay, but I'm here to untweak. I'm
No,
listening to
you
untweak. I'm
can't
trying to
untweak in a
learn.
one phone conversation.
Huh?
You can't untweak in one phone conversation.
No, that's not the goal. I'm just
Yeah,
saying, like I'm hanging in there
you
because I'm
can't
trying
untweak.
to learn
It's gonna take
something.
way more than one phone conversation to untweak. Your level of tweaking is not borderline untweakable. You
Okay.
far off the borderline to go from tweak to untweaked.
Okay.
So let me do it like this. To load a 20 footer,
Huh?
materials,
Mm-hmm.
travel,
Yes.
hotels, per diem, fuel. Did I say materials? Tolls. You got a guy averaging, two guys averaging $20-something an hour. You telling me $6,000. Then you tell me 15 grand.
Is what I'm walking out with, yeah. And that's not for my full truck. Yeah. I'm not gonna that's for 3 bedrooms, which is not gonna fill up my truck. I'm gonna go fill out the rest of my truck with another move.
Ma'am, I just gave you the scenario. A full truck, 3-bedroom. You can't tell me a 3-bedroom is not going to fill out your truck.
But when I told you I said a full truck, you mean 4 or 5? You said no.
No, I said
okay,
a 3-bedroom. You can't tell me. I filled up 3 bedrooms within the 26-foot truck. What 5-bedroom are you? Listen to me. What 5-bedroom is fitting in a 26-foot truck?
Okay, well, I don't know. All I'm saying is,
what do you mean 4 5-bed? What 5-bedroom is fitting in a 26-foot truck?
I
Because
don't
every
know how
5-bedroom I've done, I've had to send at least 2 26-footers or 26 and a 16. I've never done a 5-bedroom in one 26-foot truck. I've come close in some 3-bedrooms in a 26-foot truck.
Well, okay.
So no, back up. Because you just said it now. So let's back up.
Yeah.
What 5-bedroom you putting in the 26-foot truck?
I've done it before. I've done it. I've done 4 bedrooms and appliances. Right. I've done it. I've done it before. Sorry, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Y'all cold. Y'all some cold motherfuckers, boy.
Yeah, I've done
y'all
it.
Y'all doing $1.2 million in a truck.
Okay.
$6,000 cross country moves.
Man. Yes. 6,000 cross country. Even though I repeated that you see what I'm saying? Like it's like I'm really just.
Nah, see, you can't. Nah, because you can't. No.
Mm-hmm.
That's that strong. You a strong. SCRONG. Strong.
You said I'm strong. What?
No, not strong. Strong.
Strong what?
Strong. You know what the rest is.
Okay.
Strong. You watch a lot of red pill content?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Strong.
Independent.
I know.
I
know. They sold y'all on that shit
I'm a
too.
family woman.
They sold y'all on that too. Independent. Yep.
Huh?
I'm listening. Sorry about that.
Yeah, but I was reading the.
Stop reading the chat. It's not going to. No. Don't read it.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to say something. I was reading when you said strong and you said, I'm going to let you finish it. I was reading, it says strong, independent woman.
Oh.
And I wasn't saying that that's what I was. I'm actually a family woman, and I actually don't like, honestly, like that's the part of this conversation that I kind of don't like want to be a part of. The part where you're like trying to like that's it's not. Like you're telling me I watch red pill content. Like
it was
I
a
really
joke,
came here to learn.
It was
honestly.
a joke.
Like,
It was a joke. It was a joke. If you want to end the call, you can end the call at any time. It was a joke. I don't know you. I don't see you. You're on the phone.
Right, but what I'm saying is,
we can't see your face. If you can't listen, if you can't lighten up, it's a joke.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad about the joke.
That's why I asked, have you watched before? Because this is not something that I like. You're not being like, you're like, this is not something that like I'm just doing with you. Like, that's what I do. That's why I asked you at the beginning, because I could hear it in your voice. And I said, I don't know. Let me give her a disclaimer. That's why I gave you a disclaimer. Because I can hear it in your voice. I'm a good judge of character. I study behavior. I know that by listening to you, she might not be able to handle this. Did I say that to you at the beginning?
And I also told you I don't have a problem taking any kind of criticism for you. I really came here to learn something, and I really was trying to figure out what my options were. But I'm not trying to like, be like, I don't know. It's okay. Yeah, you're right. And this is your live. This is your chat. You can. This is your thing.
Did you watch Kevin Samuels? Did you ever watch Kevin Samuels before? And it has nothing to do. But the point, because I don't want you to, because you said you watch Red Pill. I don't respect it. I'm trying to put you in the mind frame. Did you ever watch Kevin Samuels? Are you familiar with him?
Yeah.
Okay, so did you see the way how he did that as it pertained to like relationships and shit like that?
Yeah.
Okay, so imagine that in trucking.
Yeah, but do you know the only reason why I believe that there's a difference is because when people call Kevin Samuels, they're trying to defend their point as to why they have a certain set of values. You know what I'm saying? To me, I came to you to get some sort of advice. Like, I'm trying to figure out if I should pivot here. Like, what is Final Mile like? I was transparent about my background. Like, a lot of people, when they're talking to Kevin Samuels, they try to, like, sugarcoat stuff to make it sound desirable. I told you my faults. I told you how stupid I've been. I don't have, like, I'm really trying to learn something.
So in order for me to tell you, and I told you based off what you told me and even the information that you continue to tell me, you're going to do exactly what you've done in the last two niches you jumped in Final Mile. Like, every question I'm asking you, I'm not just asking you. Anybody that's watched my channel, critics, detractors, and all, like, it's certain things I ask you just to test your IQ as far as where you at in this industry. Yes. You don't know it.
Okay.
Right? So I can confidently say you're going to get the exact same results. Right.
But that's what I was saying. I heard.
Hold on.
Yeah.
See, that's that strong shit. In order for you to do better, you got to correct the previous behavior. We have to get to the point of why we're where we are. And you have to face that reality. And you don't know it exists. I'm breaking it down and I'm putting you in front of it right now. You, like, for me to sit right here and tell you know what, I've done some shit you probably throw up. I know what it takes to get ahead in this industry.
Well, that's why I called.
All right, so the first thing you need to do, you want me to just tell you some fairy tale perfect shit, but listen to what I'm saying, it's not gonna matter. Because you have to be at a certain place to take that shit on and be able to whatever I tell you. Okay, you asking me about Final Mile, I can boom give you this blueprint. But if you ain't here mentally, if you ain't got the infrastructure, then it ain't gonna matter. You ain't gonna be able to do it no way.
Well, I understand that. That's why I'm listening. What I didn't contest you. Like I didn't.
So
it's confusing me.
It ain't confusing.
Let me just say this. It's confusing me when you say I'm on some strong shit because I'm not arguing with you.
You worried about the wrong stuff.
Wait,
that
no,
shit right there is supposed to come over your head.
Have to listen.
No, I don't. Let me explain something to you because that's your emotions talking. That shit right there, jokes.
No, I'm trying to say.
No. Now I'm serious. This ain't kicking it. I'm training you right now. That right there is jokes. That shit.
Okay, but this is what I'm saying. If I'm not arguing.
You got it.
I'm open to
what you're. You proving my point though. Here's the thing. Fuck all of that shit. That shit ain't got shit to do with shit because those jokes. But you taking emotion, you can't run business off emotion. All that. Listen. All that shit don't mean shit. That shit jokes. Fuck is you like? Why are you worried? See, because I'm taking it. You keep saying it's strong. It's fucking jokes. I've said way more harsher things to motherfuckers. People in the chat literally said, "Man, he being nice to you." Like I'm showing you respect. I brought up Kevin Samuels. I'm married. Kevin Samuels called women out their name, call them bees and all type of shit. I ain't did none of that shit. I've shown you the utmost respect. I've cracked a few minor little jokes, strong, independent, shit like that. That's it. And you worrying about that shit instead of worrying.
I'm not. I'm trying to tell you that I don't have a problem with that. I'm telling you I'm not being combative, but I'm just not understanding what else you want me to answer you. But then you're telling me like that's like I'm answering you in the wrong way.
You can't answer in the right way. I'm not expecting you to answer based on what you told me already. I already know where you at with it from a knowledge base. So I don't expect you to know anything. I've quizzed you unbeknownst to you as far as moving. I've kind of quizzed you unbeknownst to you as far as general freight. I can already come up with a synopsis of how Final Mile is going to turn out for you based on the conversation we've had for the past however many minutes.
2 hours.
And your general knowledge as it pertains to business in this industry, I've quizzed.
Yes.
So the answer, to be honest with you, I gave you an hour ago. We're just kicking it right now.
Okay.
But because you're focusing on the wrong thing, you missed the answer. I gave you the scope, play by play on what to do an hour ago. We just kicking it now.
Okay. All right. So yeah.
But you don't even know us because it went over your head because you focusing on all the other shit.
No, I heard you. You said based on what my knowledge or where I am, that it's going to be the same thing.
That's not the blueprint. That's not a blueprint. I gave you the blueprint. I told you what to do.
Yeah, but yeah, you said start out with one truck, which I told you that's all I have on the road. I told you I downsized already. I heard that. And you also basically just said, like, if I'm not, basically from what I heard and what I'm interpreting, moves is the best way to go. And I need to get that together. And, I get it that I'm not on my toes with, or I'm not as knowledgeable as I should be. So, yeah.
And the reason why it was difficult with you is not because you weren't knowledgeable, it's because you came up and you said 6 years. So I gave you a IQ quiz on 6 years of knowledge for being in this industry. And I didn't really go upside your head, right? I hit you with some very, very entry level shit. And what I got was was excuses. You gave me excuses. And you put things off on other people. All right.
Well, no, I told you it was me. Like I completely agreed with you that it was ultimately a lie.
After I said, "Nah, you can't put that," I said, "Man, who's the majority owner?" I said, "All right, that's you." You said, "Man, I was coached into that. It really wasn't my decision." I said, "Well, man, whose business is it?"
Well, no.
So
Okay, I get what you're
coach
saying.
you into accepting and taking and being accountable, right? You was taking the blame.
What I'm saying is, if I didn't understand that it was not my issue, I wouldn't have made the changes afterward. I was just trying to give you where I was coming from. Like I started this a while ago, and I was just trying to like give you more of a, just take you along the journey with me mentally, basically.
Right, so this is where I'm gonna repeat it. If there's anything that you want to do out of these three, you need to go back to the moving. All right. If I listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I ain't gonna bullshit you. I don't believe, because the numbers, you see what I'm saying? That shit is way off. I don't believe that shit. I'm not gonna bullshit you. I'm not finna sit up here and kumbaya with you. I'm speaking from years of experience. 1.2 million in one truck. If you're not moving dope, and it's a 26 footer. If you ain't moving dope, or you got some government contract where you moving, goddamn it, some type of some private nuclear shit or some shit like that. Now, if you moving them, if you moving them things, because you said you coming out of Florida, if you moving them things, then that's different.
No, not at all. It's completely legitimate. I'm not doing nothing on the side. I'm just trying to, really just trying to make a way. I make a new lane for me and my family. That was it.
All right, so
I appreciate it. I appreciate all of the, knowledge that you gave to me today. I'm grateful, and I'm going to just keep trying because, like I said, I already have the assets. There's nothing else to do but try to make them work. And you know what? Moving does make more money than all of them, but I guess I got to figure out, a different way to make moves. Either way, another day.
I told you what to do.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I heard you. I'm just saying, it's not going to stop. Like, I appreciate it.
Nobody told you to stop. I told you to go get a partner.
I already told you I have a partner.
Okay. Well, then I don't know what he doing, because shit.
Yes, I told you I have a partner, and I said I have one truck on the road, but I said I had 3 other trucks sitting, and that's what I wanted to do final mile with to kind of get the
partner. Is he the one driving?
No, he's not driving. I don't know if you I came from like a specific industry down south, like very specific. So it's kind of like I get what it's very specific though. Is what I'm saying. Like, it's like dominated by
the guy that called before you. I don't know if you heard that call, but he does moving. He's in Florida. And
the guy you called a YN?
Yeah, he's in Florida. He doesn't have any salespeople. He just shit that he learned from watching the content. And he's not even licensed. He's licensed in general freight. He just does moving on the side. And so, it's just if you got a partner and this stuff that we're talking and that person isn't giving, that's not the right partner. The partner,
the stuff that we're talking,
and you don't have this knowledge, and you have a partner, that means you don't have the right partner.
But you mean like quote wise?
Everything, ma'am. Everything that we've talked about, that I've held you that I've questioned or held you accountable for, or just all the things that you don't know. Here's the thing. If you don't know this shit and you have a current partner, that means he doesn't know it. Because if he knew it, you know it. All right? You need a partner because of where your mindset at. You need a partner that's my level. I'm not saying me. I don't want to be your partner. But clearly he doesn't know it, because if he knew it, you'd know it.
Okay.
So where your knowledge is at, you need somebody that's here to pull you from a knowledge place up there. And then you need somebody that's strong. I'm keeping it a buck with you. You need somebody that not only has the knowledge, but they strong in the field, physically in the field, and just mentally. Because the conversation that we have, you're not going to admit it, but it's very trying to you. And if this is trying to you, then some of the dark days that I've seen in this industry, you wouldn't. Man, nigga told me, and granted, I'm in a different market. They would have said so. Imagine you running up a bag, and you him at this point, and you sit a motherfucker, you sit a person down for whatever reason. They broke something, they damaged something, whatever the case may be. They tweaking, and you give them a week off. You don't put them on the schedule, and they say, "Yo, this is how I feed my family. I need to be on the schedule." Nah, take a week off. Hey, man, if you don't put me on that schedule, one of the mornings when you come to that yard, I'm going to be under one of them trucks all night, and I'm going to kill you. How would you handle something like that? Motherfucker told me they was going to kill me because I took them off my schedule. So remember we had the conversation earlier about the undesirables? You still there?
Uh-huh. I'm here.
And you say, yeah, you're right. So that lets me know you've dealt with some people in this industry. You understand the type of people that you hire to do this work. How would you handle something like that? Motherfucker told you they're going to kill you. They're going to lay up under the truck in the cold all night, wait for you to come to the yard early, 5:30 in the morning, so they could pop out and kill you because you didn't put them on your schedule. Ugly motherfucker, too. You're an ugly motherfucker. With a big-ass red 5-point star right here. What would you do? How would you handle something like that?
I don't know.
Right. So the conversation that we've had right now, and it kind of like angered you a little bit. And this is a business kind. This was a very I wouldn't even say aggressive. I would say just strong business conversation, a firm conversation. And it kind of triggered you. This ain't shit. This ain't nothing.
I understand.
What Pippi told you, what I told you, this is what you need to do from the knowledge perspective, and you just need somebody, because I don't think, like, as far as like, yo, where you at, like right here and shit, and what comes along with this shit, you just need somebody that's a little bit more mentally there, knowledge wise, and just more emotionally in check. And then I think maybe the background shit, and then they handle the front end shit.
Moving company hustle, hit the Discord and hire me to handle your sales. I don't know how to comment on this thing. I definitely am always looking for sales, for sure. But I understand what you're saying.
Everybody going to try to get some sales money out you now.
Well, that's okay. I don't have a problem as long as you're booking and you fill up my schedule and you make your money. You make your commission. You make your commission.
All right.
Pay yourself.
Yeah. You got it. I give up. That's not the way to think about it. No.
Okay.
If you can't sell for your company, then you're gonna get finessed.
Well, I told you I sold for my company before, but because I was
cross country move.
Okay.
What with you? You want me to bullshit you, or you want me to just tell you what you want to hear? Because I can tell you what.
No, I'm listening. No. I'm listening to you. I'm listening.
What you mean? You want to know how he handled it? He ain't come up under that truck. We didn't have to handle it because he never came. He knew better to come. I said, come. I said, come. Let me tell you another story. It was this guy, Henry. This story played out. One of the employees told this story on the channel. I didn't even tell it. This guy worked for me, Henry, scratched the floor, thought he was going to run off, thought he was going to quit because he knew that money was coming out that check. I was going to take it in installments, but he quit to go over to another moving company so he wouldn't have to cover the cost of that floor that he did because he didn't put no fucking runner down. And this is a guy that knows better. You know what I did? I took the deduction on his last day, and it was still something left over. It was $10 left. But the check was for $10. When he got in the car, he opened it. He was upset. He called, cursed me out. Then his son called. He said, okay, yeah, we coming up there. Latin King. Come on. How you would have handled that?
I said to you that it was my brother who he was the forefront of the warehouse.
It's like this.
Yeah, we had people threaten to shoot us up, and we did that. But that's why I said my brother was.
How did y'all? Did it get to that point, or was y'all reputation enough?
No, it's never gotten to that point. We've been threatened before. It's happened. Those things happen. But
has anybody ever got close? Have y'all had to put y'all hands on people before?
I have not. I told you my brother was
have
there.
To put his hands on somebody?
Yeah, he's had to push people out. It's happened.
Tell me, I want to know a story because we've done it plenty of times. So tell me a story where y'all had to put y'all hands on somebody. It's cool. We ain't talking about that. I want to hear a good little put your hands on somebody's story.
Some driver, he did something. What did he do? I think he didn't strap down it was like a bag of it was like particle sand that we were transporting, and this is on the freight end. This is before the 1.2 million, guys. So, this is after the 1.2 million. The 1.2 million didn't have many claims. But this was like our first company claim, like on freight, and you know that they go through your insurance, they really hit you on the head. So he expected to get paid for this drive, so we made him come home, and we have like a pay schedule, of course, and when it was payday, we deducted it from him. And of course, he starts calling, he starts texting, and he's like calling my phone and saying all this crazy stuff. And then I'm ignoring him. He calls my brother's phone. My brother's, puffing up his chest against him. And he's just saying when he went to the warehouse, he did not get close, but they're talking on the phone first.
Okay.
He's saying he's going to come to the warehouse. He's going to come get his money. My brother said, "Come get your money." He said, "Come get your money." And
so y'all paid him after y'all said y'all weren't gonna pay him.
No, it's a challenge. Like, you saying you coming to me, I didn't pay you. You saying you're gonna come get your money. Come get your money from me. Make me give you your money. You get it?
I get it. I wouldn't have done that, but go ahead. I'm listening.
Okay, that's my brother. My brother said, "Come get your money." He comes to the warehouse. He's talking Ray, all this stuff. Saying he's gonna do this, he's gonna do that, threatening to shut up the warehouse. My brother and all his friends were there. They were just like ready for him. Like, okay, what do you want to do? And of course, he's just talking. And we're not the only warehouse there. There's neighbors. There's people there. They see the commotion. So our neighbors are coming out. He's feeling cornered, and he leaves. It doesn't get too crazy.
Never
push him out the.
If you made your decision already, you don't tell them, "I will come get your money," because then that can be like premeditated because you invited it. Nah, If they come on their own, you know what I'm saying, and then they come on some bullshit, then you know what I'm saying, you can't. All right, man, come get. All right, well, come get it then. No, you can't. You can't.
Well, I can't tell him how to talk. I mean, we already told him you're not getting paid. We didn't pay him.
I'm just giving you advice for the future references.
Yeah. Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Giving you advice for future references. But, it get ugly, man, with this moving and this final mile shit. You know what I'm saying? So you got people that are at some point in their life, they were somebody. A lot of these guys at some point in their life, they were somebody. They might have been a force to be reckoned with. And even though they trying to make changes, that shit can, certain things can trigger them, especially when it comes to, deductions and shit like that. They don't know how to transition out of, and you playing with my money, or you owe me money from, let's say, like a street perspective to a business perspective. And that's one of them things where you have to be ready and have to deal with that type of shit. So I've had to deal with it. A lot of times didn't nothing come from it. Some of the times motherfucker them got froggy and things had to happen. But
well, yeah. I mean, I don't.
You definitely want to have a partner outside of that fact. It's just based off the information that you've given from the business point, as far as the knowledge is concerned, and just even the way through. You know what I'm saying? You just need it. I just think you need it.
I appreciate that. I'm not opposed to anything. I do have a partner that I've been working with for the past year. He's very knowledgeable. Anything that I need, guys-wise, like on the road, I just forward their number to him. He handles it. So I get what you're saying. There's a lot of things that I, keep my nose out of. But social working and bartending was my bread and butter at a point, like only moves, which is why I have the sales team, which is why I have the office. Like, I'm doing this now, like working a job, because I need to, like I said, I'm working from the bottom again, and I'm funding things from one truck, and I'm trying to see how I can get back in the game and do it better. Honestly, I'm not opposed to any advice. I'm not all-knowing. I need anybody who can teach me something. I'm willing to learn, basically. I'm willing to work any job. And, I'm going to get it regardless. And I'm going to do what I got to do to get it. So, yeah. I appreciate you and your time.
You should get out there, too.
Yeah. What do you mean? I should do a job? Like I should move some stuff?
You can't move nothing, but I mean, if you're going to, I mean, still, you should probably just go out there and sit out there. Maybe a summer, go on every job and watch. I mean, I wouldn't recommend you.
Well, I've been to some jobs. I've especially at first, it was my thing. I used to ride in the truck with the guys. I went out of state with the guys. I did stuff like that. But as time went on, I couldn't. The demand, it kind of put me in one place. But Mark, also, can you explain to this guy Chucky Valentine how the company made over 1.2 million and she has to start over? Sir, do you know how money works? Do you know how money works?
Listen to me. Moving.
Does this guy know how money works?
I know how money works, but I also know that the market.
Does he know how money works? Sir, do you know how much money I made? Like, it's not even about how much money I made. All of that is in the past. All of that is like BS because it's not here and I'm starting over again. That can happen to anybody.
Well, here's the thing, and I'm going to tell you why you don't have any money.
Mm-hmm.
Like you even just said you had a warehouse. Like you had a bunch of shit that you didn't need.
I told you that when I got in partners with my brother, he was more on he didn't understand infrastructure and he didn't understand the funnel. I'm more of the inside. He was straight outside. Like he was just excited that we were young and doing something that our peers weren't doing. That was it. So I already know what the
1.2 million. Like moving can make you very rich.
Yes, it can. Yeah. And
so, I only know another content creator who was in moving who has retired and he's well off. He just does content now. He did moving for a van line. And he's about my age and he's retired as well.
Yeah.
So I don't, I don't want to digress from where we were 20, 30 minutes ago, but, I've never had a truck make $1.2 million.
Well,
so
remember I told you I had a sales team too. It's a specific, it's not just the truck. It's the whole, it's the whole structure. And it's mainly the sales team, to be honest with you. That's where the real money is coming from. Besides going on the jobs and the revised contracts. Those are the three elements.
Yeah, I just wish I could see the books for how a truck can make, the selling points of how, a truck can make 1.2 million. Like especially at like where I'm based off the answer that you gave me as far as a cross country move, I'm trying to figure out where are we gouging at? Because there's got to be a lot of gouge. It's got to be somewhere.
For sure. So, there was a lot of output. I'm
just curious to know where the gouge is at. To do 1.2 million, that means that truck is doing $100,000 a month. One truck.
Mm-hmm.
So that truck is doing $25,000 a week consistently throughout the year.
It's not just the truck, though. It's mainly the sales. I'm telling you. I know you haven't, like you said, you didn't buy leads before, but seriously, like
the only lead I've ever borrowed from Thumbtack, and that was later on down the line.
Well, I know not from Thumbtack. I don't buy Thumbtack leads. I buy leads from actual moving lead providing companies. The number one lead providing company is where I get my leads in Southport and from Equate Media. I buy from Equate Media. Well, it just depends on what leads you're looking for. Huh?
They take a percentage.
No. They charge you
percentage.
They charge you per lead based on the exclusivity of the lead.
And what does the average lead go for?
I could say $15 average. So, but it goes up, or you can go down.
So, what does an average lead go for?
$15.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. But like I said, if you want complete exclusivity for your lead, you can pay more.
Moving company.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Those are cheap leads for moving, especially for cross country.
Okay.
I haven't seen a cross country lead for less than about $100.
On Thumbtack?
Just period. Here's the thing: if I'm selling leads, listen. All right, listen. Yeah, on Thumbtack. If I'm selling, hold on. Let me explain how business is conducted.
Yeah.
If I'm selling something of high value,
yes.
Why would I charge it to you for so low? If I have something that I know you're going to make $10,000 off of, why would I charge you $15 for it?
No, you asked me what's the average they sell. You can literally call them.
Okay.
I gave you the name of the company.
So, right, but it fluctuates. Now, if you told me in prior to this that majority of your jobs to generate 1.2 million are predominantly cross-country moves, and we know a cross-country move is more high value than a local move, then I would expect your average lead cost to be higher than $15.
No, not at all. No, you got to call these lead providers.
So if you're buying leads,
yeah,
for that cheap,
yeah.
Where is all the money going? Because how much is your profit margin on your labor?
I don't know. I don't know what you mean by that.
Okay. Well, how much do you pay were you paying your workers?
My workers were getting paid daily, per day.
How much per hour were you paying them per? Oh, so you weren't paying them per hour?
No, they were not getting paid per hour.
How much are you charging the customer?
I charged the customer based on it just depends. It's a lot of variables on how I'm charging the customer.
How much did you charge a local move customer?
I'm charging them per hour $2.25.
How much per hour?
$2.25.
You said $2.25?
Yes.
Okay. And what are you paying the workers for that job? $2.20. If you're charging $2.25, what is the employees making?
If they're doing a local job, they're like $175 a day.
So you're charging the customer about an hour, and you're paying these guys a flat rate.
Mm-hmm.
The job takes 10 hours. They get $175.
Yes. If a job takes 1 hour, they're getting $175. If they go to the job and it gets canceled, they're getting paid $175.
Okay.
Well, yeah, like I said, I don't want to, I think everybody does business differently. So, I get what you're saying. I hear you completely. I get it.
I didn't say no. I didn't say no.
No, I don't mean right now. I mean this entire conversation. I get what you're saying. I'm not debating it. Everybody does their business how they do it. And I learned from a specific niche of people. And yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Were you a licensed company?
For sure. I'm licensed and insured for household goods and for freight. All legit, 100%. That's why I'm looking into, I told you, I went on Indeed. I talked to a couple of companies. They have already called me back. I sent them my paperwork and stuff. I was just trying to figure out what's the ins and outs of that final mile stuff.
Yeah. Ooh, you must have had you some migrantes or something working for you.
I told you that I don't know if, where are you from?
Chicago.
Okay. South Florida specifically it is a moving culture ran by Jewish people. I'm gonna say that, and I'm gonna leave that there.
Okay. But that means you operate like that? You got a person doing that labor intensive work to.
No, what I'm saying is there's a market that it doesn't take a lot for me to beat.
Okay. But here's the thing. If you're paying 2 guys on a truck or 3 guys, how many guys?
Yeah, average 2 most of the time.
All right.
Huh?
That's what was it? What is that? 350, right?
Yep.
All right. You're charging $2.25 an hour. Is there a minimum?
Is there a minimum of hours? Yeah, I just do 2-hour minimum.
Okay. What about other fees?
Just fuel, binding estimate.
You charge for fuel. How do you structure your like when a customer calls for a quote, you tell them what $2.25 an hour, 2-hour minimum. Then what else?
Fuel.
Like how much are you charging for fuel?
15% of whatever the entire quote is.
You charge them 15% of what the original quote is for fuel?
The entire quote, yeah.
Of the job? What does the job have to do with the cost of fuel?
It's just how it's structured in my system.
Okay, and what else do you charge them for?
Labor. You get a labor and...
You already said labor. What else?
No, I'm just going through it in my head. You get a truck, you get 2 guys, travel time. So they get charged depending on where we're going for travel time. Fuel.
For that. How do you charge them for that?
It's per hour. Like, let's say you ask me to go from...
So which way? How many hours do you charge them each way?
Huh?
If you charge them for travel time, it's both ways. So how do you structure it?
So depending on the miles.
This is pretty standard. So it's really cut and dry. Like everybody pretty much does it the same way. Even outside of moving, if you call a tow truck, the script is pretty much the same. So that's why I'm asking you. If you're charging travel each way, how do you structure it? What do you tell them?
So my moving system will, once I input my dates, it tells me how many miles once I input my addresses, it tells me how many miles that you're going to be traveling or we're going to be traveling, and it just calibrates how much time it'll take.
So if it takes 20 minutes?
Then you would get charged 1 hour.
Takes 10 minutes?
You would be charged 1 hour.
50
travel time. Huh?
50 minutes.
You'll be charged 1 hour travel time.
So it sounds like you charge a 1 hour travel time each way. So what is it to calculate? You've already determined you're charging them an hour travel each way. Because if hold on.
Yeah.
Because if there's a calculation, it would differentiate depending on the time. I gave you 3 times that varied, that were way off within an hour, and you charge them an hour. So you said you got to calculate. So what is it to calculate? If
by mile.
Determined, you've already determined, because the standard across the industry is if a company charges you a travel time, it's normally 1 hour travel each way based on what the hour cost is. If you charge $2.25 an hour, okay, we charge a travel fee. We charge 1 hour to you and 1 hour from you. So if we charge $2.20 for the labor, once they get there, it's $2.25 charge to you, $2.25 charge from you. So you already know straight out the gate before they even get there, you paying for 4 hours off back because it's a 2 hour minimum. So I understand. What is it? What?
Well, what I thought you were saying was anywhere from 0 to 50 miles.
I didn't.
And however long that.
Yeah, I didn't.
I'm sorry?
I told you, I articulated it to you the same way that anybody that's been in this industry would be able to understand it.
Okay. Yeah, just 1 hour.
Okay. Yeah. So, okay. Yeah, I don't know. A lot the shit you just said right now, as far as like what you pay and yeah, there's a lot of shit in your system that can just be corrected.
Okay, I don't disagree.
I think 225.
But that's why I also said everybody does business different. I get it. You're from Chicago. I don't know how things are in Chicago. I know it's a cold area, and I know it's also a good hub. I'm from the bottom. It's not really.
Why do you charge so much for labor and then pay so little?
I told you I didn't come up with this was an industry before me. I didn't, make
Does that
this
have to
up.
do with anything?
Huh?
What does that have to do with anything? I asked you, why do you charge so much and pay so little? And your answer was, I didn't come up with that. This was an industry before me. What does that have to do?
Yes.
Why do you charge so much and pay so little?
I'm just staying within my market.
So once again, why do you charge so much and pay so little?
Because I'm staying within my market.
That has nothing. You said what?
Because I'm staying within my market.
What does that have to do?
Like if you're gonna go up the street and they're gonna offer you XYZ, it's not gonna take. If I offer you $25 more, you're gonna go with me. That's really it. Also, it just depends on what I have you doing for the day. If you're a helper, you're making $175 for the day. If you're a foreman, you're going to make $225 for the day plus 10% of any increases you do on the job.
So if you're $225 an hour, don't you think it's beneficial to pay by the hour?
That's
both from the employee's perspective and from your. Why would I give a person 10% of the earnings? They're not my partner. So
no, 10% of the increase.
If you're paying $225 an hour, if you're charging $225 an hour, don't you think it's beneficial to pay by the hour? If you're charging $225 an hour and you're paying two guys on the truck $50 an hour, that means the company is making $175 an hour. They work 2 hours. The guy's still only getting $175. He works 10 hours. He's getting $250. You're still making $175. The truck is still making $175 an hour. Why would you pay a person $175 who's doing this type of work all those hours a flat rate and make an exorbitant amount of money, still making an exorbitant amount of money if you pay them by the hour, and then expect a person to be motivated and have the morale to get up and come to work for you the next day when their body is stiff and sore from the previous day?
Okay.
And see this.
Well, like I said,
let me stop because I'm cooking right now.
Yeah,
this is where the experience comes in, because being out there, knowing the beating that puts on, there's no fucking way in the world I would do somebody like that. No fucking way. Because I know the shit your body goes through. There's no way I would be able to live with myself.
But I told you, I didn't come up with this. I told you there is, I learned this from somewhere.
Who? You said you what?
I said this is not it's not like I was the one who just came up with these market values or what they paid.
What does market value have to do with anything? 225 is already high. Market or not, that has nothing to do with it. And then even if what you're charging doesn't have anything to do with what you're paying your workers, you have plenty of room. You got plenty of room. What does market value have to do with morals and business ethics? What does market standards have to do with ethics?
Well, I guess it goes down to what you said experiences. If the experienced guy is paying X, Y, Z, why am I, who is inexperienced in moving?
Fuck them people. Listen, if it's some Jewish people working over here and they got doing some slave shit, what the fuck they got to do with me? Fuck them. Just because they went and fucking jumped off the bridge don't mean I got to do it. The only thing we competing in is for customers, right? I'm setting my business up to win. My price structure is set to compete. That shit don't got nothing to do with what I'm paying these guys on the inside. Yeah, I'm competing there too, because guess what? If I pay less than what they paying, people going to be more enticed to go down there. But if I'm charging by the hour, if I'm charging $100 an hour and I'm paying two guys $25 an hour, that's $50 an hour off 100. How much is my markup? How much percentage am I making off those guys' labor? If it's costing me 50 and I'm charging 100, how much is that? Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
How much is that?
You're asking.
What is that? What's that margin? If it's costing 50%. Me 50 an hour, no, it's not. If I'm charging 100 and it's costing me 50, what's the profit margin? How's it 50%? I'm making 100% markup.
Okay, you're making double.
That's 100%.
Yeah, you're making double.
Okay. So because these motherfuckers is Jews, I gotta operate like that too. Seeing these guys out here, that's why it goes back to what I said earlier. Mm-hmm. Until you beat your body up, you ain't gonna have that shit where hell no. I'm already making 100%. How much more greedy do I need to fucking be?
Well, I told you I didn't make these prices up.
What the fuck? All right, man. You telling me you running a business, you telling me you didn't make these prices up.
Yeah.
Anything for my business, I make up. What are you talking about? Ain't no motherfucking way in the world I'm going to have some guys paying them $175 and I'm charging them motherfucking $225 an hour? And I need these motherfuckers to get up and come work for me the next day? No, I'm not finna cut them short like that. I need them to come up. I need to incentivize them to get their ass up in the morning. I'm already making buku money.
So you don't think 10% of the increases is incentive?
Why? Why would I do that when I can give them $25, $30 an hour? Every hour they work, they know they're making bread. Why would I give them a percentage? Why do I need to incentivize them any percentage when I'm paying them out a fucking hour? And they're going to get probably $100, $150, $200 tip. I'm paying them by the hour.
But that's why I said everybody does this.
But here's the thing. What you're doing, like everything when I talk, the longer I talk to you, it just opens up why you're here.
Okay.
Because I've never had these issues. Never had these issues.
You've never had issues with like
moving? No. Final mile, yes. Moving like issues like claims, but I ain't never had like these issues. Like I'm making buku money. It's not costing me anything. Customers paying for the materials, customers paying the truck fee, customers paying 100+% markup on the labor. If I'm charging $50 a man and I'm paying them $25 an hour, I'm making 100% off a person's.
But I didn't say I was having issues with money.
No,
I said
I'm listening to the whole structure, the layout of your business. A lot of this moving shit is like some of the shit we're talking about is just standardized practices across the industry. These are some of this shit is standardized.
Yes.
So but then when I asked you a question, you said, "Well, I didn't come up," but I'm talking to a business owner who owns a business. You're telling me you didn't come up with these prices. Well, these are market. The market, nothing. You come up with your prices. If you're next door to me and you're charging $100 an hour for two guys, I'm going to charge $90. If you come down to $90, I'm going down to $85. It's costing me $50 an hour for labor. Fuck it. I'm going down to $75. Fuck you.
I think that you misunderstood me when I said,
I'm going to make $25 an hour off of each off the labor. I'm going to charge you a truck fee because I'm running it up anyway. Because guess what? We're going to stay booked and busy and I got multiple trucks. That's what. That's how you compete from a landscape. But here, at the end of the day, that doesn't dictate me treating these guys like fucking Hebrew slaves and having them go out lifting all this heavy ass shit while I'm charging an exorbitant amount of money and paying them a flat rate.
But I think that's when you didn't. So it goes back to what you said about experience, right? And you saying that I didn't come from a family who did this. I had to learn from an industry, right? So my base prices came from prior knowledge.
You learned
from
an industry of what?
I'm gonna let you finish. I'm sorry?
You learned from it. What do you mean you learned from an industry? To
No, the price points of what people are working for daily. I watched, I emulated, I increased from what is other people are hiring for. Like you're telling me, like, oh, this is crazy amount and so on and so forth. But when I put my ass out, people, you know what I'm saying? Like when I'm hiring.
You said earlier that your workers didn't listen to the training.
I didn't say they didn't listen. I said that. What? I didn't.
Somebody in the chat said she did say her workers didn't listen to the training.
Wait, somebody in the chat said what? She did say her workers didn't listen. That's not what I said. What I told you was that it came from the initial workers that I had came from that first moving company that I worked at, which I didn't like the structure of, so I left. And you said, so you thought they sucked.
But you emulated it, though. You didn't like it.
No, you're misunderstanding me. I emulated because this is my only point of reference for learning.
So if you didn't like it and you left, and then when you come over and start, you emulate it, you didn't like it. So why emulate it? Clearly, if you knew something was off or wrong, why emulate bad practices? Then this goes back to what this goes back to what.
But I also
go ahead.
I also said that if this is what someone else is paying and I increase you for $25, $50, I didn't say I'm doing everything to a T. I said that I'm paying more than what other people are paying. I said it's a market down south.
Okay. I can't. You got it. You got it. All right.
Okay, well, she was in a different environment off stream. I don't know. What do you mean? Listen? I can listen either way, whether I'm on stream or not. I don't have a problem. I was just telling you, like just being transparent.
You reading the chat? You ain't tell me. What you reading is in the chat. They ain't tell me nothing. You reading what they saying?
What? No, yeah, but you weren't saying anything.
But what you reading on them on me?
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Because
no, you said that
at the same time. That's how I know you reading it. Don't put that on me.
Yes, but I was responding because of she say her workers didn't listen to the training. So I was responding, basically. It's not that. I was just saying, because I didn't come from a family who was doing this, but I definitely know it makes money, my only reference to learning was from the people I could learn from. Did I think that pay could be better? Yes, so I pay better. But I guess you're saying that that's still not good enough, which I understand. But I told you
that's an insult.
Huh?
It's an insult.
But I'm telling you, I'm letting you know, I'm paying better than the other companies around me.
You justifying it based on, and I don't like when people do that. That's a scapegoat. At least I'm paying a little bit better than them, and fuck them.
No, but I'm asking you, where am I going to learn what the industry standard is or what people would like to get paid for this situation?
Well, here's the thing. You're charging a lot of money, probably more money than you're worth. right? And I'm saying that confidently. More money than you're worth. And you're paying minimal. You're making $350, depending on how long a job takes. If a job takes 10 hours, that's $2,200, a little over $2,200. And your payout is going to be $350. Do the markup on that.
Is labor going to be my only
It's
cost?
fucking criminal.
Mm-hmm.
As a human being, and you a sister. I hope, is these brothers working for you?
No.
Hispanic guys?
Sometimes, yeah. I mean, it's usually it's like white guys, like
White guys?
yeah, like real trucker, like down
These
south
got to be
white
some
guys.
crackheads, because ain't no white guy gonna sell theyself that boating.
I could show you a picture of my
They
driver.
gotta be
My
off.
driver.
They gotta be off the wet down there in Florida. What they on down there in Florida? That wet. That what they call that shit
He's not
down
a.
there. The
I don't know what wet is.
flocker. That's what they call it. Flocker. They gotta be off the flocker. They gotta be off the flocker. They have to be. They gotta be on. They on something. It's gotta be that flocker. That's that wet. We call it wet up here. Flocker down there. We call it the wet.
No.
No, they is. They off the flocker. They gotta be.
No.
They off that flocker. I'm telling you. No, you don't know. I can tell by listening to you talk. You won't come from this type of lifestyle. You wouldn't know even if they was. You wouldn't know. You ain't from this. I'm from this shit.
So they would be what? I wouldn't know if they're on drugs.
I don't need to see them to know they on the flocker. I don't need to see them. Wow. I know they on the flocker. They on that wet. Wow. Yeah, they on that shit.
No, all you have to do is come from.
Listen to me. Go
ahead.
I'm telling you.
I'm listening.
I'm him. Mm-hmm. I know everything. Mm-hmm. Motherfucker come work for you all that time doing this type of work because they know they're going to get a guaranteed 175. They on drugs.
Okay.
Ain't no motherfucker in their right mind doing that. Either they on drug or they illegal. It's one of the two.
So way stations mean nothing. State troopers mean nothing. They don't check for these things.
State troopers mean. You know what are you talking about? What does a state trooper got to do with this?
Like anytime like my truck is on the road, there's a potential that
what the state trooper gonna say? Hey man, how much you make? 175. 175.
No.
Pull into the weigh station. We're gonna write you some tickets because your boss is ripping you off. Like, what does that got to do with anything?
No, not that. You said that they're on drugs.
Yeah, you know how many truckers out here on dope?
Okay, never mind.
This is what I'm telling you. You naive. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know how many truckers out here on that motherfucking dope going city to city? They testing the product everywhere they go. They hitting the dope everywhere they go. A lot of these truckers out here snorting. You know what that girl is? You know what?
Is that a question to me?
Yeah. Do you know what that girl is? They off that girl. You know what the girl is? You know the difference between girl and boy?
I don't.
See, you're not from that world. I'm from that world. So, see, this is what I'm saying. You can't articulate the way I can articulate. A lot of truckers out here on the girl. And I ain't talking about the girl. They on this other girl. You know what I'm talking about? How you think they function? These niggas is off that. You still don't get it.
I hear you. I hear you snorting. I get it. I'm just like, what am I supposed to say about it?
They off the girl.
What am I supposed to say about that?
You know what the girl is? I'm waiting for you to tell me you adhere to what I'm saying.
Girl is obviously cocaine.
All right, then act like you know.
What?
I know you done
Okay.
Google search it over there, and there's all this time. You should have picked up on what's the boy then? Hurry up.
You're snorting
boy?
and
What's
stuff.
boy?
How
What's
am
boy?
I not gonna?
What's boy? What's boy?
Thank you. I'm from South Florida. What is boy?
Yeah, what's boy? Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. That ain't.
Boy is heroin.
No, you just looked up. It took you too long. You shouldn't. If you would have known it, you would have been boy, that's the H.
No, I had to think about it.
You had to look it up. I know you did. You don't even know what that flock is.
Flocka was the thing that came out a couple years ago.
Man, Flocka been out longer than a couple years ago. But what that consists of, what that Flocka consists of?
Why would I know what
You supposed to know, so you know what these guys own. When they come to work, you supposed to know off how they act and what they own.
Well, they need to be. They have to go through clearinghouse.
So you know what I'm saying. You act like truckers ain't out here off that girl. You know how that girl could come out your system. You know how many days that shit don't take that long?
3 days.
All right, then act like you know. You tweaking.
Well,
75, them guys is tweaking. 175, they definitely tweaking, or they god damn it, migrantes.
they can't tweak in front of the customer.
Man,
One.
you ain't there.
What I'm saying is, right? The customer has a say-so in all this too. It's to satisfy them. It's to build whatever they are trying to get done. And they need it to look how they want it to look too, to feel confident in your company.
What does a tweaker, what concern of a tweaker is the customer? You think a tweaker cares about what the customer's concern?
No, but a customer cares if a tweaker sent to their house for sure.
A lot of these customers don't know, right? And then a lot of these customers be scared to death. They just want you out the house as soon as possible. A lot of these customers don't know. You know, you got customers that don't know a tweaker. You don't know a tweaker. So you got some of these affluent customers, some of these customers who don't come from that walk of life, who don't come from, you know, poverty-stricken communities or urban environments. They may not do it. Like, I'm not no tweaker, but I come from that. So I can look, man, he tweaking. I know he on the H. I know a motherfucker who off some wet. A motherfucker who running down the street ass naked, he ain't off the H. He off some wet shit. He off some sherm.
Okay. But like, with all seriousness.
So
mm-hmm.
Getting back to the pay, to me, only a person who taking that type of pay from
I'm literally trying to tell you that
my experience
yes. Right. But I'm telling you that this
is a dope fiend ass motherfucker or a migrant. I call them migrantes, migrante. Yeah.
I would challenge you to visit South Florida and just go to the warehouse district.
We know it's South Florida, the Flocka.
Okay, no, I'm saying I want you to go to the warehouse district where the moving companies are. You are going to see functioning people, functioning businesses, and people who are getting paid around.
You ain't never heard of a functioning dope fiend?
Okay, but this is all I'm saying.
Listen, they
$225
weekend warriors, midnight warriors. They get off work and they tweak. They come to work so they can get money to tweak. It's functioning dope fiends. Let me ask you this question.
Mm-hmm.
Would you do this work for $175 a day?
I started the company for a reason.
Once again, it's a simple answer. Would you do this work for $175 a day?
No.
Bingo. That means you know your price ain't fair. Because if it's your company If it was a fair price, you would have said yes. So
would I do it as a foreman?
No. I'm trying to
Sure.
educate you, young lady.
For sure.
I'm trying to educate you, young lady. This ain't a time to go back. This is a time to listen.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't do it. See, I'm never going to have somebody do something that I'm not going to do. I force somebody to do something in 4 inches of snow because I've done shit in 4 inches of snow. I'll make somebody do something in the rain because I've done shit in the rain. I'm not going to make nobody do something in an infested place. One, because I don't want that shit on my trucks. And two, I ain't going to do it. Get the fuck up out of there. Would you do that shit for $175 a day? No, because you know it's not fair, but you making other people do it. Price point should be set on something that you think is fair that you would do. Would I work for $25 an hour? Yes. So I'll pay $25 an hour. Would I do this type of work in this climate for $10 an hour? No. So I'm not going to make somebody else do it, especially when I'm charging $150, $200 an hour. I have plenty of room, plenty of margin. What you just said, you just pretty much admitted to operating unethically. And your answer was, well, that's why I started a business. So then there's a superiority complex there too. So I started a business, so we're not equal.
No, that's not what I meant. What I meant was...
Hold on, because listen to me. You have to choose your words wisely. It's not about what you meant. It's about what you said. You said it that way. So you can switch it up now, but that's what you said. And whether you try to change it, hold on. Whether you try to change it up or not, it didn't read. It didn't sound good. But that's beyond the point because you already admitted to, no, I wouldn't do this type of work for that.
For sure. But would I would be a foreman. I've done foreman work. I'll go on the job. I'll do the paperwork. I've done that. Would I do the labor part? No.
No. Here's the thing. Would you do this work for that pay? You said no.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't.
You should be willing to do any aspect of your business. So you can't use that as a scapegoat. Now, as it pertains to the pay, no, you wouldn't do it to pay because you know it's not fair.
I've done it before. I've done it for free for my company. I've done it before.
No, it's your company. So I asked you, would you do it for pay? You said no. So that tells a lot.
If it wasn't my company,
no.
Yeah, if it wasn't my company, I would not do
you
that.
can't walk it back. You can't walk it back now. You said it. You got to own that. You have to own that. We don't walk nothing back. You mean what you say. You say what you mean. You stand on it.
Yes.
All right. So don't dance because you said it and now I'm coming for you. You got to own it. Watch my channel, which we know you don't. I've said plenty of times, I'm not going to make nobody do nothing that I wouldn't do. And I always give the same examples. I'm not making nobody do no infestation, none of that, because I ain't doing it. If it's snow, I don't give a fuck. I done did shit in the snow. Lace your boots up, pimp. Get you a poncho. Hey, man, go stop at Walmart, stop at Walgreens, man, grab you $2 poncho, pimp, put it on. The rain don't stop shit. Bed bugs, roaches, get the fuck out of there. Because I ain't doing it. I'm not finna make you do it. Fuck you doing it. I don't want the shit on my trucks. I'm not gonna make nobody do nothing that I wouldn't do. So if I'm not gonna do that type of work all day, day in and day out for $175, I'm not gonna make nobody else do it. One, I wouldn't be able to live with myself. Two, I know it's unfair. Three, I've done something that you haven't done. I've been out there. So I understand the strain that it puts on your body. So it is myself being just a fair person I just wouldn't be able to do that to somebody else and be able to sleep at night.
Mm-hmm.
This goes back to what I tell you in the beginning of this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
This here is still, I talk about all the time. Right now it's popping. You can't hear it. Probably never be the same. I've been through therapy twice. A person that's doing that type of work and they're in a situation where they're under stress and strain, they're not going to be with you forever, but this injury may last them for the rest of their life. The older you get, sometimes these injuries, they just don't heal and repair 100%. Hello?
I'm here. I'm listening.
That's it.
But I asked you again, right? Before this conversation today, I don't call people for their advice or their opinion. And I told you I called for the final mile.
Yeah, we gave it to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Besides this conversation here, right? And I told you where I learned my business from, and I told you the environment I come from. Where am I going to know that I should pay my guys different?
You know
from?
what?
Like who?
Regardless of where you came from, and this is something I know you can't do. It's just anybody that's been following me for years, they know this. They see me do this when it's far and few between women come up here, but every time they come up here, it's the same shit, right? It's the same shit. I'm not treating you different because, like, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, like y'all. And I just, it's fucked up because y'all, I get it. Y'all we can do it, equal to a certain extent, right? To a certain extent.
If I believed I was equal, I would be in the field.
Hold on. And that's why you don't know what to charge. Because regardless of where you came from, if you've been in the field, doing the work in the field from a learn aspect, you would know what you're doing is wrong.
Okay, but I told you that
hold on, stop. When you wake up in the morning, that alarm ring, and you had a 10-hour moving day yesterday, and your body like this, you stiffed in a motherfucker. Every day. You wouldn't do what you're doing. You'd be like, no. This don't feel right. It ain't right. I'm charging $225 an hour. I can pay $50 an hour in labor to two guys and still make $175 an hour. Your something would have kicked in. Moral compass. The moral compass would have kicked in. But see, it's not you out there. And there's a difference when you've been out there, you've built it, and you removed yourself. You have the experience from being out there because you built it. So you know the ins and the outs. You know the obstacles. You know the strain. You know the wear and tear, the taxing shit that it goes on, the taxing work, the toll it takes on your body. You would understand, listen, I need these guys motivated because shit, it's hard for me to get up out this motherfucking bed in the morning. All these things would have made your moral compass kick in for you to realize. You keep placing the blame. You know what you guys have that guys that came in during my time period and prior to me, you guys got this. See, there was no Mark, the mentor, back in 2010. It was trial and error, and you learned from hands-on experience in the field. Y'all have AI. Y'all got influencers. Not every influencer is good. Most of them suck, right? It's a few good ones, right? Most of them are grifters. They not finna never spend the amount of time that I've been on the stream like me for the past 3.5 years, and I'll spend time with y'all and don't ask you for shit. They're not finna do that. They're gonna beg you because they need you to pay their bills. They was charging you $20,000 during the pandemic. Now they charging you less than $100. That should tell you something. They done went down and they still fucking asking you for money. I don't ask you for shit. So the way I talk and how I express myself, you got to take it like this. Your moral compass should have kicked in at some point. But your moral compass is not kicking in because you haven't experienced it from the other side. I know if I'm charging $100 to an hour to a customer, I'm paying two guys $25 an hour. I know eventually one of these guys, probably the driver, is going to ask for $30. I'm going to give it to him. So I'm still got 90% profit margin off the labor. Why? Man, I still need to motivate this guy to fight through this pain and this stiffness and this soreness to get up and come to work the next morning. Because without these guys, I can't do this on my own. So there has to be some type of incentive. I have to incentivize them. And the only way I can incentivize them outside of saying nice things, keep up the good work, is what most people want: money.
Right, but you're also forgetting the fact that, like you said, these are certain groups of people. A lot of people love to just be on the road. A lot of people want to stay out of trouble. And like I said, when you're a foreman at my company, you can make $1,200 in a day.
So just because there are certain types of people, we take advantage of the fact that they are already demonized and pushed to the side by society. A lot of these guys have felonies and they can't go out and get in certain jobs. So just because they come from this type of walk of life, we take advantage of that and we don't pay them an adequate.
No.
Well, this, no, I just told you 20 minutes ago, pick and choose your words wisely.
I literally just told you where else.
But
you're telling me I don't have. First, you're telling me I don't have the moral compass.
If you're giving them the opportunity,
wait, hold on. You can't wait. Yeah. First, you're telling me I don't have the moral compass because I don't have the experience.
Yeah.
I agree, right?
Yes.
Now you're telling me that I'm taking advantage of a situation that I don't have the experience to understand the circumstances of.
But here's the thing, whether you have the experience or not, what you articulated was, we said these guys come from certain walks of life. So it's to say that.
These are your words.
No. Yeah. These are guys. But you're saying that you're taking advantage because of that.
No. I'm saying that there's expectations that they have, and there's different reasons why they take these jobs. There's some drivers who are like, listen, I don't have a place. I need work. I don't even have somewhere to live. Put me in a hotel. I'll work for you.
I wouldn't hire.
It's not. Wait, I'm sorry. I understand what you do, right? I told you that there's people who do business different. I don't have, like, it's not all about, when I said different walks of life, I'm not just talking about felons or like ones. There's circumstances. People go through things. And I get it. Maybe you don't want to hire people who are going through really tough situations, but me, I've done it before where guys are like, I have a chauffeur license.
Here's why. A homeless person is not a reliable person. See, at the end of the day, business is busy, but a person that comes, I'm gonna pay them well. A person who tells me they're homeless, they're not reliable. I understand that situation. But here's the thing, man. See, this is where the man shit kicks in. versus that. Don't take it the wrong way. I don't give.
I'm not.
They home.
I was
That
just
means
expounding
from a
on
bit.
you saying
See,
that
that's
I'm
where the
taking
sympathy.
advantage of
No, I'm
people's
glad you said that.
situation.
I'm glad you said that because now, from a business perspective, I'm going to counter that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not hiring no homeless motherfucker.
Well, what if he was? What if he was
That's
homeless last
that's an
week? What if
unreliable
his mom
person.
picked him out? What if there's a plethora of
Hold
situations
on,
out there.
because they
I
have
don't
no place to
listen.
live, so that means they're not reliable. I can't depend. They have no place to go. They're wandering. I feel for them, but from a business perspective, it wouldn't be a good decision based on the fact that they're homeless. How can I rely on this person? Two, I run two industries where this individual has to go into a person's home. This person may be disheveled. They may have an odor. Like I can't. I'm dealing with the consumer directly every single day in both businesses. This is not an individual that's conducive to what I have going on. But the individual that I do hire, I'm going to pay him well. See,
But like I said
feel
just now,
sympathetic.
just
Hold
like
on,
we
let me
established,
kick it. I'm not going to feel sympathetic to this situation from a business perspective. Mark,
right? But
yes,
just like we
business
established, but you're talking about morals, so you are speaking in that direction. So
morally, it's not
yeah,
immoral. Listen to me.
morally, you're speaking. Go
From
ahead.
an individual perspective, right? From a business perspective, this isn't a qualified candidate based on what we're doing. This is not a person that's stable. So if they're unstable, how can they be beneficial to the business?
You were talking about me taking advantage of people that I am not aware that I'm taking advantage of because I'm looking from a business perspective and an industry standpoint that this is what you guys are getting offered in this area that I'm hiring from, that my business is based out of. So this is the premise that we're talking about this conversation from, right? And I'm telling you that if it was purely to take advantage of people, then situations like what I'm saying now would be something that I'm like so gung-ho about. I'm not here to take advantage of people. I'm here to give chances, stimulate the economy, and try to get my business off the ground. Like, I understand what you're saying stability-wise, mentally. You want someone who can at least take care of themselves because you know they're going to be able to take care of your equipment and your position that you give them. I get that. But all I was just bringing that up was to say I'm not over here looking for people who are like I put out an ad, you come to me, I give you an interview, like you come in for the job. There's a big walk of people who come to apply for these jobs. It's not just, oh, he's a felon, he can't get another job. It's different situations. And what I'm saying is it's not me looking into those situations just to take advantage of the situation. That's it. And like you said, I don't have a moral compass for it because I ain't been in the field. Okay.
Somebody said you Haitian, so you supposed to, like the immigrants, y'all supposed to have love for each other or something. I don't know about that. I'm not an immigrant.
No, she said I should understand the plight. I told you that I'm Haitian. I didn't say I come from a poor Haitian family at all.
We know you didn't come from a poor Haitian family. We can take.
I don't know what she means by that. Understand what plight? My parents, they work hard. They work hard, and they.
We can tell you didn't come from the struggle.
Okay, but that's a good thing. There's nothing wrong with that. It's weird how people try to make it seem like that's a bad thing.
I agree, and I didn't say no. I just said we could tell you come from the struggle. I know based off of some of the other things that we talked about maybe a few minutes ago and shit like that, like just certain. I just know.
Certain things that I said, yeah, it might sound very capitalist.
Listen,
but
I wish I could have grew up. I wish I could have grew up in a different environment that I grew up. Yeah, trust me, it happens to me. People get upset with me that I stayed at home while I built my business. I literally had a guy argue and yell at me and tell me I was on the soapbox, and then two or three other people came to his fence, but they all poor. They ain't got a pot to piss in, a window to throw down, and they living off a woman. So we can't listen to what they say because they living off a woman.
Right.
They living with a woman who got kids that ain't theirs. They living off the woman, the Section 8, and her EBT. So we ain't listening to what they say. You dig what I'm saying? So, no, it's shit. I should. Like, growing up in, I take that back. I think I appreciate growing up in, I wouldn't want to change it. I wouldn't want to grow up in an affluence or an affluent neighborhood. I'm glad I grew up how and where I grew up because it made me who I am. I think if I would have grew up probably somewhere else, I probably wouldn't be sitting here. I think the environment and all that shit is what made me. So I don't take that back. But I think it's there's nothing wrong with coming from a better environment, so to speak, as far as upbringing. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree. I think that there's a lot of things that like I said, I'm learning every day. I'm alive every day. I'm learning every day. I don't think that, just because I've seen X amount in the past or I've done X amount or I've had this amount of anything, that I'm a perfect, like I'm up there. Like in your eyes, you could think I'm low level and level one and I need to learn and I need a partner and I'm fine with it. I'm not too proud to take someone else's perspective and to grow from it and learn from it. And that's exactly what I plan to do. I'm not going to quit just because you're saying these things at all. That would never happen. And I definitely plan to.
I told you to quit.
Huh?
I never told you to quit.
No. I didn't say you told me to. I'm saying that.
I missed my gym talking to you today, right?
Huh?
I missed my gym time having this conversation. Yeah.
I
was literally about to get off right before you called.
It's 5:00 over here. Did you miss your gym? My gym
I normally go to the gym about 4. It's 7:00 here.
It's 7:00 where you are?
Yeah.
So what are you in? You said you're in Chicago. Yeah, I completely understand what you're saying. I get it. Yes, there are some things I need to learn. But like I said, there is a certain place I came from, and I'm just trying to break down barriers for me and my family so that me and my kids, we don't have to go through, my children don't have to see certain things. They can, take it over one day. I can pass it down, and they can do everything morally correct, and I'm just here to build something that I can pass on.
If you build it up, you want to
sense.
sell it. I don't know. You only 33. Huh? This is not something you sell it.
This is not, the people that I know in the industry, they've been in the industry for...
They Jews. Listen,
they 15, 20 years. They live off of this. They make $14 million a year.
See, here goes to what I talked about yesterday. We can't mirror and see. That's why you're in the situation that you're in now. See, the situation you proven, I'm glad the more we talk, the more you unveil shit and it proves me right. Mm-hmm. You can't mirror yourself with the same strategy of Jews. You can't. That's why
tell me why.
you doing it. Because that's what they do. We don't do that. We don't mistreat people. And I'm not saying they mistreat people, but we don't. Lord have mercy, they're going to come after me for this. Listen.
I didn't say they mistreat people.
I didn't say they mistreat people. Let me say with this. As far as the pay is concerned, let's just stick with the pay.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, let me see something. 557. We don't do that. All right. And then 2, we don't have the resources that they have. So when you keep saying
meaning
you mirroring, you can't mirror because they have shit that we don't have.
Meaning, like Like
a lot of shit, and I'm not finna go into details, but our way of building ain't gonna be similar to theirs because it's what it is.
well, that's my entire network. Everybody that I work with is from that community.
All right, so and I'm telling you, that's why where you at with it. And that's why
that's why I've been able to be sustained.
That's why you got the big bright eyes warehouse and all this shit, and you don't know what the fuck you doing because you looking at them. Your money ain't long like that.
I told you that part came from my brother. I literally told
all right,
you,
but here's the thing. Everything that you doing, is trying to mirror that. And no. You just said it.
If I was, then why am I on a call talking about Final Mile?
Because it ain't working for you. Because see, here's the thing. I literally talked about this. Hold on. I literally talked about this yesterday. Talked about this yesterday. Our plight and their plight is too different. We can't. This whole ideology that these people are selling people who come from not that version of wealth or not that version of generational wealth or affluence, and they sell them this whole idea of use other people's money and this, that, and the third, and then we buy into it thinking that we can duplicate it, and we don't have the tools like they have. The way they leverage, let's say borrowing, it's more of a hindrance to us. A great example of that, the guy that called up before you. His mindset was similar to that. Look, I told him, no, this is going to fuck you up. And sure enough, it fucked him up.
Well, I didn't. I told you all my assets were paid for cash, though. I didn't borrow.
So it's all right. You got it.
I hear you. I'm just saying, please take into account my specifics.
I can't take
I'm not borrowing
because 6 years, 19, 22, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 10, 5. I was already been way up and away. You still going?
Yeah, but you
the moving thing, Final Mile thing. I mean, general freight thing. Now you trying to go into Final Mile, and that's going to go because you still ain't got it. You dig what I'm saying? You don't have what you need to have to go ahead and get up and away. And I'm trying to put you in that right mind frame. And you kind of like trying to accept it, but then you don't want to accept it because you a strong black woman. And society has taught you that, you dig what I'm saying? You can do it. And you can do it, but when I'm telling you the way you got to go about it, you ain't really trying to accept it because maybe it's coming from me.
No, I'm literally.
I feel like that though. I feel like.
But this is not. No, I don't know what you feel, but
because it's a lot of lip, and I just don't think your lip. I didn't heard enough of your lip.
Do you want me to just be quiet? Because
pretty much,
I could just be quiet.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
I think this is what I'm going to do.
Okay.
Yeah. Shush. Hush. I like them quiet. Now, this is what you're going to do. When you get off this phone, you're going to take a step back. You're going to assess all your expenses. You're going to see where you at. Now, you saying you don't want to get rid of no trucks. Fine. That's not what you want to do. Cool. Well, start back at the beginning. Out of all the 3 things that you want to do, the moving is going to be the best thing. Even though you failed at it, you still had 6 years of something at it. So then this is where you start at. But this time, you're going to start from the basics the correct way. 1, your infrastructure. You're going to reduce the infrastructure if you haven't done already down to 1 truck. You're going to get the basics. You're going to get the understanding. You're going to have to get the training. If you're not going to get the training, then you have to find somebody that's willing to go out and train. Now, whoever this partner is, he don't know shit neither, because if he knew it, you knew it, and you don't know it. So I know he doesn't know it. So this is what I would have him do, because you're going to need some type of masculine figure to be out in the field and deal with the people. What I would advise him to do, are you listening? If you really want this to work, are you listening to me?
Yes.
He needs to go work for a moving company next summer. He needs to go work for a moving company from April to September. While he's working for that moving company, that guy that you have still driving the truck over the road, I would have him keep driving so that you're bringing in some income to cover the cost of these trucks that you have, that you scaled very prematurely. While this guy is there learning, because you guys want to be a moving company. You want to be a successful moving company, right? Is that my understanding?
Yes.
So somebody has to go out in the field and learn how to do the job. Because you keep reverting back, well, I got to learn. Well, we know you can't learn. You can't lift an armoire. You can't lift a sleeper sofa. So the partner's going to have to go out and learn. He's going to have to go out and learn in the field. While he's out in the field, he's going to be eavesdropping. He's going to be paying attention to the operation. He's going to be paying attention to how the company charges. I would advise maybe getting with a franchise, maybe College Hunks, maybe 2 Men in a Truck, something like that. Pay attention, understand and learn the operations, understand and learn it from a field perspective. Scheduling, how to move, how to work as a team, how to use certain equipment, what equipment to use in certain situations, when to say no, when to walk away, communication, right? Why is this important? Because he's going to be the person that's going to be in the field doing the training, and he has to be trained. So he's getting paid training for one full moving season. He needs to see the different style homes in the market that you guys are going to be operating out of. Moving a specific item into one style of home is going to be completely different than moving it into a different style home. Conflict resolution. Just all the things that you deal with out in the field. So after 6 months, he should be able to take that information and apply it over here. Not only can he apply it, he can reiterate or pass some of that information that he's learning in the field on to you. Well, instead of charging $225 an hour, maybe we should charge $150 an hour. Yeah, maybe we should stop paying flat because for obvious reasons that we just talked about, and just pay an hourly. Let's get rid of that bonus. Let's just pay hourly. Why are we paying a bonus when they're getting tips? We just pay hourly. We're making 100% off of every man anyway. Why are we charging this weird ass 15% markup on the total gross charge for fuel? That shit makes absolutely no sense. It makes no sense. If I was a customer, you told me that, I would say, all right, let me think about it, and you would never hear from me again. Why would I pay you 15% on the total of the move to cover the cost of fuel? That makes absolutely positively no sense. Why would I pay you 15% on the total cost of the move if I moved literally 3 miles? So if my move was $1,000, I'm going to pay you 15% of $1,000 to cover the cost of fuel for a 3-mile move? What sense does that make? Any customer that paid you that is a fucking fool. The customer's a fool, and then that wherever you can, that's just crazy to me. You charge a truck fee, that one standardized truck fee, which covers all your cost. Covers the cost of your material, covers the cost of your fuel, covers the cost of my local moves. You're not really pretty much going that far. understand the density in your market. Is it a high density? Is it a low density? If it's high density, in most cases, the truck isn't really going that far. So you're still profiting off the truck fee, depending on what the cost of your materials, the fuel, so on and so forth. It's simple. It's easier for the customer to digest. Customer is trying to digest. Okay, $225 an hour, 2 hour minimum, plus we're going to charge you 15% of the total cost. So whatever the total cost is of the move, we're going to charge you 15% of that for fuel. So now there's a level of uncertainty there because we don't know. But if I tell you $150 an hour with a 2 hour minimum plus a $150 truck fee, all inclusive materials, fuel, so on and so forth. Okay, boom. We know this is $150. We know there's not going to be any weird upcharges or anything weird coming off. That's $150, and then it's $150 an hour with a 2 hour minimum. It's easier for the customer to digest. It's cut and dry. There's no uncertainty there, both from the labor because they don't know how long it's going to take, and then the uncertainty of the total in this 15%. They have something that's cut in stone as far as the truck fee is concerned. Materials, the fuel and things of that nature, the cost of the truck. So now they're just keeping tabs on the labor. You want to simplify it for the customer. You there? You there?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, I like you when you quiet. I like you when you quiet. After you do that, that's pretty much it. We walked you back down. We retraced. We put him through training. We went through cost. Yeah. That's it. Any questions?
Nope. Thank you.
Okie dokie.
Okay, thanks. Bye.